So we got to rule the Butler out. So I just got to ask you some questions about how he died. Maybe you know something about it.
I was at work today.
Okay, perfect. You got a good excuse.
That's Devan Schriener. The dead man was Jason Schafer, a postal worker, and the father of her 5-year-old son.
What? How? What happened?
Someone shot him in the face.
In the face? Where?
On his postal route.
He was working today? He doesn't...
Yep. Yeah, he was working, and someone came up and shot him.
What she doesn't know, detectives already have another man's phone pinging every stop on Jason's route that morning.
I don't know why he wasn't here when I got here, but I need my son. I am worried about my son. He is 5 years old. And I don't think any of you have told him anything that's happened. I don't even know what's happened.
Before we watch that footage back with everything the detectives already knew, this is who they lost. Jason Schafer was a mailman. 6 days a week, he walked the same houses in Longmont, Colorado. The doors, the porches, the dogs he knew by name. On his last Wednesday morning, he loaded up Route 14 out of the Loveland post office, the way he had loaded up hundreds of routes before it. He was 33 years old. He had a 5-year-old son whose birthday party he was planning for the following week. 2 days before that Wednesday morning, he had walked into a Boulder County courthouse and filed to modify his parenting time. He wanted more days with his boy. He was, by every measurement of a young father's calendar, moving forward. The people who knew him at the Loveland station said he was quiet, dependable, the kind of carrier who didn't complain when management moved him to a longer route. When his shift ended, he went home to a new apartment, a new relationship, a birthday party to plan, a son. That is the man who parked his delivery van on Renaissance Drive at 12:32 that afternoon. That is who was standing on that curb when the shots were fired. Everything you are about to watch in the next 2 hours is happening because that man is not going home. On the afternoon of Wednesday, September 13th, Jason Schafer parked his mail truck on the corner of Renaissance Drive and Heather Hill Circle, on the southwest side of Longmont, Colorado. He got out to make a delivery. He was shot in the face. He was shot 5 times. He died on the pavement beside the truck. A neighbor's doorbell camera across the street captured the whole thing on video. Detectives had the footage inside the hour. The first person on the department's list of names was the mother of Jason's son. Her name was Devan Schriener. Devan had been fired from that same Loveland post office 2 weeks earlier, the same office Jason worked out of. After a workplace dispute, the post office kept Jason. They fired her. 2 days before the shooting, Jason had filed to modify their custody arrangement. He was asking a Colorado court for more time with their son. Devan received an email about the filing on the 11th of the month, and Jason had recently started dating Devan's 19-year-old sister, Rosa. According to Devan, she found out because their 5-year-old son told her. So by the time Detective Steve Desmond of the Longmont Police Department sat down in the interview room with Devan Schriener at 6 o'clock that evening, this was already the picture. The mother of the dead man's child, fired from his workplace 2 weeks earlier, served with custody papers 2 days earlier, whose sister was living with him. That is the person Detective Desmond is about to interview. But detectives had also been asked, quietly, to take a look at one other person, a man named Andrew Ritchie, a prison guard at a federal correctional facility in Denver. Andrew was Devan's longtime affair partner. Neither of Jason's co-workers had ever heard his name. His wife did not know his name in this context, but by 6 that evening, detectives were watching him too. This is a 2-suspect case. It is why the interviews we are about to watch happen in 2 different rooms, on 2 different days, with 2 different sets of investigators. And it is why the evidence you are about to be shown is more than any one suspect knows the police are holding. 1. Video. A doorbell camera across the street from the shooting captured the whole thing, including, from a distance, the shooter's build. According to Detective Desmond, the figure on the video does not match Andrew Ritchie's build. It does not match anyone else in Devan's circle. The build on that video resembles Devan's. 2. Devan's car. A 2017 Nissan Rogue. missing the front passenger hubcap. A license plate reader logged that same car in the neighborhood of the shooting minutes before it happened, and it is on the surveillance footage. 3. Devan's postal scanner. Every rural carrier is issued a scanner that pings a live GPS location every time a package is delivered. For roughly 3 hours during Devan's shift, her scanner is stationary at Andrew Ritchie's house, not moving, not scanning. Postal inspectors have already pulled that data. 4. Andrew Ritchie's cell phone. Every stop on Jason's postal route, Andrew's phone was there. Not near, not in the neighborhood, on the route, pinging along the delivery van's path all morning. 5. Phone records. Andrew and Devan were on the phone with each other, back and forth, more or less the entire morning up to and past the time of the shooting. 6. History. According to Devan's sister, who was with the police tonight, Devan had previously told her that Andrew Ritchie knew where Jason lived, and that Andrew would shoot Jason if he had to. The sister told police this before the shooting was even discussed with Devan. 7. The custody paperwork. 2 days earlier, Jason filed for expanded parenting time. Devan received the notification. That is the case file that already exists on Detective Desmond's desk when Devan sits down. Watch what she does with it. The interview technically begins the moment Devan walks into the police station. Detectives are watching. She has been under undercover surveillance since the request went out for her to come in. According to Detective Desmond, undercover officers watched her spend the afternoon running errands and chatting with people. No visible distress. Not until she parked her car. Then, at the front desk of the Longmont PD, something changes.
They're gonna bring him down this way.
Okay, well, I need him to be here now. I saw my father's car outside, and I'm not really sure why he's here.
Your father's car?
Yeah.
Who's your dad?
His name is Raul.
Raul?
Yeah.
Okay. Is he not allowed to see your kiddo?
He's a registered sex offender, so he better not be around my kid.
Okay.
I'm not sure who's where, but he's safe right now.
Who is he with?
He's gonna be with an officer right now, so.
Okay, because the previous officer that I spoke to on the phone said that he was with my sister, and she doesn't have custody of him either, because she's not his guardian.
Okay.
So I need to know where my kid is, and I need to know what's happening, because nobody's telling me anything.
Okay. Fair enough. I don't know what's happening either. I just got here as well. I was just told come walk you in, so I'm sure they're bringing somebody down. We're going to tell you what's going to happen. Do you want to take a seat for a second? You can stay standing if you'd like, but okay. It sounds like somebody's coming here in just a second. Let me see if somebody's on their way. You can go see if they're doing that way.
I don't understand what happened.
Okay. I don't know what I don't know what's happening either. So I'm sorry. I'm just the meeting person.
Notice the officer's exact words. I'm just the meeting person. That is important. He is not the detective. He is not the person who will interview her. He has no answers for her, and he tells her that. Everything Devan says at this desk, she is saying to a man who is not yet asking her anything. Now watch what she says anyway.
Do you have custody of your kiddo?
Me and his father shared
Okay.
half and half custody.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever.
And we'll get all that taken care of and figure it out here. Okay. We definitely know your son is safe. And
You know he's safe. I don't know he's
Okay.
safe. Nobody called me.
Okay.
I live in Fort Collins. Like, I work in Loveland. I live in Fort Collins, and nobody called me. I had coworkers I haven't spoken to, well, past coworkers, I guess, that I haven't spoken to in years, telling me that my son's father was in an accident,
Okay.
and that I should check on my kid, and like nobody told me anything.
Okay.
So Detective Desmond will be here in 1 sec, and he's got more answers than I do.
Where is my son?
He is at the police department, and he is safe with
So
the
he's
officer
not
right now.
here?
This is the police department. He is here.
Okay, well,
I just
why
don't know
is he
which
not
way.
here with me? I need him to be here with me. I haven't seen him and I don't know what's happened. He was taken from his school without my knowledge or consent. And I don't know what's happened to his father. So I need to, where is he? He needs to be here.
Can I have the detective talk to you first and he'll explain what's going on?
I don't know why he wasn't here when I got here, but I need my son. I am worried about my son. He is 5 years old. And I don't think any of you have told him anything that's happened. I don't even know what's happened.
Two things in that sequence are worth marking. 1. Devan has not yet been told that Jason is dead. All she has been told, by a former co-worker, is that Jason was in an accident. She has been at this front desk for over 3 minutes, and no one has said the word dead to her yet. 2. Her demand is not, what happened to Jason? Her demand is her son. Over and over, her son. That is the frame she wants the police to accept before the detective walks in. This is the frame Detective Desmond is about to refuse to enter.
Okay, he's here right now, so we'll figure it out.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Mind if I shut the door for private?
I don't really care. I want my son. Where is my son?
I'll tell you everything. How about that? You're Devan?
Yes.
Am I pronouncing it right?
Yes.
I'm Steve. You can call me Steve. We gotta kind of step back here a little bit. I'm gonna tell you some bad news. Your ex-boyfriend, is it? Ex-husband?
I just call him my son's dad.
Son's dead.
We were never married, but
He died today.
what? How? What happened?
Someone shot him in the face.
In the face? Where?
On his postal route.
He was working today? He doesn't...
Yep. Yeah, he was working, and someone came up and shot him.
When did this happen?
12:32 today.
It is 6 o'clock.
Yeah. So it's kind of a long story. You know, in 2021 in July, they changed all of the laws, saying we have to record everything in police work. If we don't, then we get punished and everything. And I got a lot to tell you, a lot to share with you. I want to tell you that your son's safe right now. But I want to read you your rights just so you know about it. Let you know that we're recording this because we have to. We have to record everything. And just so don't play the games with you, because I don't like to play games with people.
Read me my rights?
Yeah, just to get it out of the way.
For what reason?
Well, it's your son's dad died today, and so please typically look at the Butler or the ex or somebody who owes him a lot of money. So we want to at least ask you some questions about him, do our due diligence. I don't think he has a butler.
Devan's line reading is worth pausing on. She has just been told, 3 minutes ago, that the man is dead. She has just been told, 20 seconds ago, that he was shot in the face. And now, offered a small joke by the detective about the butler, she responds with her own joke. He doesn't have a butler. Detective Desmond does not react. He keeps reading her rights. He wants those rights read on video before another sentence about the shooting is said in the room. This is not a stylistic choice. It is a Boulder County protocol. The DA is watching this interview live from the next room. Every rule matters.
So we got to rule the butler out. So we at least got to ask you some questions about how he died. Maybe you know something about it.
I was at work today.
Okay, perfect. You got a good excuse. Shouldn't be a big deal. But I want to ask you about it. I want to exonerate you if possible, and then move on to the next suspect. Do my job and see. Work. I mean, I'm sure you're concerned about his death, and you want to investigate it fully. You don't want us to sweep anything under the rug.
No, of course not. But
in police investigations, this is like standard 101 stuff. You got to rule out the butler. You got to rule out the ex. You got to rule out the bookie who owes a lot of money to, and start working it. It could just be a random shooting, but we gotta do our due diligence and figure it out.
Every phrase Desmond uses, the butler, the ex, the bookie, is designed to move Devan's attention off the fact that she is, mathematically, the ex. He tells her he wants to exonerate her. He tells her this is standard 101 stuff. It is not standard 101 stuff. There is already a doorbell camera video of her car in the neighborhood.
And our cases are reviewed by the DA's office, and they want us to do it right. People have a lot of pressure on us, making sure that we do the right thing. And so I don't want to do anything, because the case is so serious, I don't want to do anything to violate your rights, anything like that. So everyone that
my rights and my son's rights were violated when you took him from school and did not contact me.
There it is again. Not 1 full minute after Devan is told the man is dead, she is back on her son and her rights.
Yeah. So that's what I want to talk to you about. So let me read your rights, just so you know what they are. Have you ever seen cop shows?
Yeah.
They're on like every night, and these are the same rights. I'm going to read them to you, although you probably know them. Maybe see. So let me read them to you. Can I still call you Devin, right?
Yes.
All right, Devin, let's get through this. Devin, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to our lawyer prior to any questioning, to have him for her. It's kind of a sexist one. Present during any questioning. If you desire the presence of a lawyer and cannot afford to hire one, the court will appoint one to represent you without any charge. You can decide any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Devin, do you understand these rights that it's found good?
Yes.
And having these rights in mind, can I talk to you now?
Yes.
And will you sign this for me?
Miranda. Read, understood, waived, signed. Now the interview officially begins.
Give me your John Hancock. Where are you working now?
I work at the post office in Longmont.
Okay, how do you like that?
It's fine.
So I'm going to talk to you about this case.
I need to see my son.
We need to figure out what's going on and how your husband, how your baby's father died. So we're not going to let the son go just yet.
Wait, he doesn't need to go, but if he can can I at least see him first?
Right now, no.
Why?
Right now, no. Because we got to figure out if the butler killed your the baby daddy's son, or if you killed the baby daddy's son, or if the bookie killed him, or if it's a random person killed him. I don't know who killed them, and I don't want to turn over the ex to the baby until I know that everything's legit and that you're calm and that you're rational and you're not a crazy person, because I've never met you before.
Watch what Desmond just did with one sentence. He put Devan on the list of possible killers, out loud, to her face, 4 minutes after Miranda. Or if you killed the baby daddy's son, he said it fast, buried in a list. He is testing to see if she reacts to being included on that list. She does not react to being on the list. She reacts to the word calm.
I'm not calm. My son was taken. Nobody told me that anything happened. My son was taken from school by either police, and I was not informed, or by somebody who is not legally allowed to pick him up from school.
Yeah. So here's what's going on. We went out to the school, and we said we don't want anyone picking up the child until we figure out who's who and who's safe, who we can release the child to. If the ex-husband shows up at the school and the wife's dead, we're not going to release the kid to the ex-husband who just killed the mother. That's going to put the kid in harm's way. So that's just standard police 101 business.
But nobody called me.
Yeah.
When did you pick him up from school?
Probably about 3.
Okay, I called his daycare at 5-ish, and she said he was still there.
Well, maybe we picked him up at 4:30ish then.
It doesn't matter. I called him called the lady that runs the daycare, because I also used to work for her, because she knows me.
Okay.
And she said yes, is still here with us.
Okay. So I mean, I don't think she's lying. We probably picked him up at 4:30. I didn't go there. I haven't been to the school. But when we got a homicide like this, we have a lot of people working on it.
Okay, but then nobody they have my contact information.
Yeah.
So they couldn't have
You're
just
not-
said,
Yeah, you're not listening now. We didn't want them to release the child to you.
don't release him to me. But nobody even told me his whereabouts.
Well,
I thought he was with his
The
father.
police escorted him back here, and Rosa was here as well.
Why? She is not his guardian.
No, she's not his guardian.
Okay, then why was
We're
she
not-
here?
We're not releasing her yet. We want to find
So
out
she's
who
with
she-
him? She's with my son?
We're all with. She's being interviewed by a detective because we're not sure who she is.
She's my sister.
The child is here. The child is being interviewed by
Okay.
a forensic interviewer.
He should not be interviewed because I didn't give consent for him to be spoken
He's
to.
a witness, so he doesn't need consent from the parent.
Was he there? Was he
No.
in the...
But he's going to tell us about the relationship between you and his father.
But I don't...
You don't understand.
He's 5.
Well, he might not have anything to say. But
No, I don't understand how this can all happen without me even knowing that anything happened in the first place.
Because we don't release children to abusive husbands that kill their wives.
So you're saying that I am abusive and I killed his father?
I'm saying that this is police standard practice 101. We don't release children to people we don't know.
Desmond said, and I quote, "We don't release children to abusive husbands that kill their wives." That is a general statement. It is also, technically, a statement about husbands. Devan is not a husband. She is a woman. She is not a wife. Jason is dead. And yet what Devan hears is, "I am the abusive one. I am the one who killed." She says it back to him. "So you're saying that I am abusive and I killed his father?" She heard, in a sentence about husbands, the word you. The word she used first was killed.
Does anyone have it up for you? What do you refer to him as? You just refer to him as
I just literally say my son's father or
father.
Jason.
Jason. Do you know of anyone that want to get Jason in trouble?
In trouble? No.
Or out to get him? Want to shoot him?
No.
Nothing like that? Okay. Does it surprise you that someone would go up and shoot him?
Yes, it surprises me a lot. I
Okay.
didn't know, I don't know anybody that would want to hurt him.
How long have you dated Jason? Or how would you describe the relationship? How long have you known him? Whatever you're comfortable answering to.
I've known him since, I don't know, sorry, language.
Well, I hear it all. You're fine. You are not going to offend
Okay,
me.
I was like, I don't know, how old's my kid? He's almost 6, so, he was born in 15, so I've known him since, like, October, November of 2014.
Okay. Good relationship? Have the police been to your house every week? How would you describe that? I mean, people date and they break up. How was your relationship?
It was never great. I mean, it started out okay, and then we had him, and I mean, it wasn't great. He left us when it was 6 months. He moved out, and we tried, I guess,
Okay.
a couple of times to work things out, but it never worked.
Okay. I don't want to get up in your business and know all that, but police aren't there every day. Nothing.
No.
Just a bad relationship that didn't take off the ground.
I had filed a restraining order against him back in, I don't know, 2015, 2016 at the end or the beginning of the year. I don't remember. We had an altercation, and I asked him to leave my house because he wasn't living there anymore, and he got a little physical while I was holding my son, and he was an infant at the time. And so I filed it to get him to back off a little bit, and when I went to make it permanent, they're like, you know how hard this is going to be, like, if you make it permanent, like, it's going to be really hard to do transitions because he has partial custody and all of this stuff, so that's going to be really hard, like, you understand that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was a new mom, like, I couldn't do it by myself, and
Raising kids is tough.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't, hopefully that won't happen again, and so I didn't make it permanent.
Okay, well, that's understandable. Everyone has their reasons for getting restraining orders, and everyone has their own reason why they don't make it permanent, and I'm not here to judge your actions about why you decided to do what you decided was best for you.
Notice the story Devan is building for the detective. Jason as the aggressor, herself as the mother protecting a baby. It is a story that makes her the sympathetic figure in every fight. It is the story she needs to be true if the next question is going to land the way she wants. The next question is why her car is a mile from the shooting.
So, just trying to get a snapshot of your relationship. So I want to transition a little bit here. Longmont's an awesome department to work for. When we have a homicide, we have all of our property crime detectives go out. We have all of our person crime detectives go out. We have all of our undercover detectives go out. We have all of our gang and crime suppression units go out. We have a lot of people in this case, and we've worked the case quite a bit. I don't pretend to know everything that happened, but there are some things that are really kind of concerning me. We saw your car in the area of the crime scene. Your car was a Nissan Rogue that is missing a front passenger front hubcap. We caught your car on a license plate reader a little while ago with your license plate, and it has that front passenger hubcap missing. Sure enough, in the videos around the crime scene, that car is there with that front passenger bumper or hubcap missing. You said you're at work today, but your scanner goes off before the homicide and turns back on well after the homicide, and they track your scanner that's used at work to your boyfriend's house, AJ. So that's really kind of concerning. And we caught the shooting on one of the Nest doorbell cameras from across the street. So I'm really kind of concerned. I know that you got served just the other day with the child custody order, and you're a little upset about that. You told AJ, you told Devan in the past that AJ knows where you live, and that he'll shoot you if he needs to.
I've told who?
You told that to Devan, and Devan told that
well,
to your house, your sister.
But
yeah. Well,
he
heard
confused.
Jason heard that from you, and then Jason told Rose that, and Rose told us that. And this happened about a year ago.
That
AJ knows where you live, Jason, and AJ will shoot you, Jason. You said that.
That I said that? I've never said that.
So why is your car in the crime scene area? Why are you in that area in your car? And why are you turning off your scanner?
I didn't turn off my scanner.
You did.
No, I did not.
Postal inspectors are here.
Turn off my scanner.
Or you didn't go with the scanner. The scanner's at your boyfriend's house, or somewhere in that area, in front of it, or in a bush somewhere in that area. It wasn't with you. Okay, they have a breadcrumb trail on GPS on your scanner. Yes. And the postal inspectors were here, and they said, before the homicide, you're not doing anything with the scanner. It's stationary for like 3 hours or more. And it should be mobile because you're working, but it's at your boyfriend's house. And why is your car in the crime scene area? We've got video of your car in the crime scene area.
I don't know why it would be on camera that my car was down there, but I don't.
Listen.
If I don't scan
packages,
then obviously I'm not doing that. But I did stop I did stop at his house for my lunch break, sort of.
Desmond has just laid 5 pieces of evidence on the table in 90 seconds. Her car in the neighborhood, the license plate reader hit, the missing hubcap that matches the surveillance footage, the scanner GPS trail parked at Andrew's house, and the sister's statement that AJ would shoot Jason if he had to. Watch what Devan does with those 5 pieces. She contests exactly one of them, the scanner. She insists she didn't turn it off. She left it in the truck. She does not contest the car being in Longmont. She does not contest that her car was on video. She contests one detail, then reaches for the lunch break. The lunch break is a strategic answer. It explains why the scanner would be at Andrew's house without contradicting the GPS data. It explains her presence in the general area. It gives her a reason to have been near where Jason died, but it does not put her at Renaissance Drive. It puts her 4 blocks away, at a boyfriend's. That is the story she is going to defend for the next 2 hours.
Devan, I think you're a good person, but something's not right here. I think the gig is up. There's something weird going on here. Everything is pointing to you being involved in this shooting. People don't go around just shooting most of the people.
I mean, I work for the post office, and I have before, and I have been...
Supposedly you're on video 2 weeks ago breaking into the Longmont post office. That's a separate
didn't
issue.
break in. I work for the post office. I'm
Not
allowed to
that branch.
go in.
But who cares about that? That's just a stupid burglary.
Burglary?
Yeah. Let's talk about the homicide. Why are you, what's your involvement in this? Because I think there's a lot more than you're telling us. The video of the shooter looks kind of like you. It's from a distance, but it looks like your height and your build. It doesn't look like AJ's height and build. It doesn't look like Castaneda's height and build. It looks like your build with a black hoodie. Now, we're going to search your house. We're going to search your car. We're going to seize your car. We're going to do a gunshot residue test on you.
Sorry, go ahead.
So we're not going to leave any stone unturned, but we're going to get to the bottom of this. And this is your out to tell me what type of involvement you have, because it's very concerning. Your car being there, you turning your scanner, not bringing your scanner, and GPS not moving during the homicide. You're getting served just the other day with custody papers.
I got an email about it saying that they were going to file something.
Like the 11th. You had to serve with some sort of court notice of change in custody, something.
Well, I just got an email saying that we were going to have to go to court for it.
So what's going on here? Are you behind this homicide? Is AJ behind the homicide? We got 2 different cars, it looks like.
Two different cars?
Yeah, it looks like there's a car leaving the scene of the crime. Maybe it's just a witness who saw the shooting and is getting out of there. Maybe it's the shooter, but we saw your car in there moments before the shooting. And there can't be that many Nissan Rogues that are 2017 that are missing the front passenger cab. So you're involved in this, okay? I want to know what your involvement is. Did a boyfriend try to tell you that he's going to take care of this? Were you involved in it? Because someone is there doing this. It's not a random shooting. And so the gig is up, okay?
I read on the way here about what happened, and they said that a man shot him.
That's what we originally thought. Yeah. Now we're thinking it could be you. We're thinking it could be maybe
Thanks?
your boyfriend. Thank you. That's not the question. That's not the right answer. We're trying
What
to
am I supposed to
We're trying to
say?
get all this evidence together. We're trying to put the pieces together, and I don't think you're being truthful with me. And I want to know why your car's there, why you're not using the scanner, why the scanner was left there. It looks like you're involved in this. So tell me why you're not involved in this.
Desmond just handed Devan a moment. He asked her, "Are you behind this homicide? Is AJ behind the homicide?" 2 options, 2 names. She could pick one. She did not pick herself. She said, "Maybe my boyfriend." That is what Desmond had waited for, and then he refused it. "Thank you. That's not the question." He does not want her handing him Andrew. He wants her handing him herself.
The whole thing about staying at your boyfriend's house for 3 hours doesn't seem very credible to me. So I'm asking you, did you have AJ do something? Do you think AJ was involved in something like this? Do you think
No.
Castaneda, or if not, maybe it looks like it's you?
Castaneda, I don't...
The other boyfriend? Castaneda?
Well, I know who that is. I just don't understand how he's...
I don't know, one of your boyfriends. One of your associates. Someone killed your ex. And we want to find out who it is. It seems like you're involved. Your car is there. You left your scanner with GPS back at AJ's house. Your ex, who you've said AJ would kill, is now dead.
I've never said that.
Well, I don't care. I wasn't there. I'm not. That's what Rosa said, but I don't care. I didn't hear that. That's what Rosa's saying. It could have just been a off the cuff remark. But we're gonna do a gunshot.
It
test.
could be her being like, "Hey."
We're gonna do a gunshot residue test on.
What do you mean A?
No, we're going to do a gunshot residue test on you to see if you have any, when you fire a gun, all this gunshot powder comes out and it covers your face, your hair, your clothes, your hands. Have you been around any guns lately? Have you been shooting anything lately?
No.
So we do a gunshot residue test that's going to come back negative?
It better.
Listen,
I feel like
I'm trying to figure out if you did this or if someone else did this, and my bet is you have someone else involved in this, maybe a friend, and so I'm trying to figure out if you talk to me about this, I don't think this is a coincidence that your ex got shot in the face today. It looked like a hit. Looks like someone pulled up, ran out, shot him, ran back to the car, sped off, fired 5 times. He died right there. So I'm going to take this seriously, and I want to exonerate you to have nothing to do with this. I don't want to arrest you if you didn't do this. Does that make sense? I don't want to arrest anyone that didn't do a crime. But your car is there. Your car is there. You turn your scanner off. Your GPS, well, you didn't turn it off. We're not going to mince words. You left your scanner at your boyfriend's house. You said you were at work all day. You're not at work.
I am at work. I'm on my route.
For like 3 hours, you left your scanner there?
I stopped. I left it in the truck while I went into the house.
And then your car is in the crime scene. That's a lot for a jury to try to swallow. So we saw the car in the area, but there's also another car. So that's why I'm thinking maybe someone else is involved. Maybe things went a little too far, and you thought maybe your boyfriend was going to rough him up, and then, oh crap, your boyfriend shot.
Watch what Desmond is doing right now. He is building a face-saving story and handing it to her. He is not accusing her of pulling the trigger. He is offering her a version where she asked someone to rough up Jason, and that someone got carried away and shot him instead. That is a version of the truth Devan could confess to and still tell herself she's a good person. This is the basketball metaphor moment. Watch him build it.
And I want to look at you for this. There are exes out there, men, women that say, this guy's doing me dirty, go send him a message. But you're not going to go fight your ex. You're not going to go punch him. That'd be too easy. But send someone else there to rough him up. And you sent him in to rough him up, and holy crap, he shot him. And maybe that's not what you were expecting. Maybe you just want him roughed up a little bit. Or he said, I'm going to go rough him up. You're like, no, don't rough him up. But let's go over there, I'm going to rough him up. Maybe you just want to keep him calm a little bit. And then instead of roughing him up, he kills him. So I'm trying to find out. I think you're definitely involved in this. But maybe you're down here where you're just trying to prevent something. Okay? Maybe you don't want this hothead, whoever it is, to go beat him up. Maybe
He's
you don't want.
not a hothead.
Well, I don't know who he is, but whoever's there, maybe they went too far and you didn't know it. So that's why I'm trying to give you some type of plausible deniability. This happens all the time. I can tell you some stories about it if you want to, but my favorite story about this is a basketball player. A basketball player is playing basketball and he sees some fan heckling him, right? And the fan is saying, oh, you suck. Well, the guy goes up there and beats up the fan, right? Terrible. He's in the paper. He's getting crucified in the paper. He's an elite athlete making millions of dollars a year. They have security to go out and take care of these guys. Next week, another guy, I think it's Andre Davis, he goes up in the stands and beats someone up. Is that the same thing? I mean, on the surface level it is, but if you don't do your job as a detective, you might not realize that this guy, Andre Davis, someone was messing with his wife, like harassing his wife, smacking his wife around. He ran up to the stands to do his husbandly duty to protect his wife. So that's why he did it. The other guy, he's down here. He just goes up there because he's a punk and beats up a fan. Andre Davis goes up there, does the same thing, but he does it to protect his wife. So two same things, and if we don't get to the bottom of this and find out what's really going on, where are you on the spectrum? Are you this thug that goes into the stands and beats someone up? Or are you this other person who's just trying to calm things down, get things under control? That's what I want to know. That's a mitigating circumstance. If things got out of control, I want to know it. And this is your chance to tell me. Because something happened. and you're involved somehow to some degree, and I want to know it. If your boyfriend or your friend or some guy you hired maybe to beat him up, things went too far, this is the time to come forward and come clean and let me know.
Did I hire?
I don't know who this guy is just yet, but we're going to find out. We're searching your car, we're going to search your phone, we're going to do this gunshot residue test, maybe everything will come back clean, and that's great. That's great, because I don't want to arrest the wrong person. But if there's someone else involved in this, we're going to find out.
The story Desmond just told is a chess move. It is a story where the suspect is not a killer. She is a person who wanted a message sent, and the messenger went too far. It is a story that admits everything but the trigger pull. He is giving her a script she can step into, one where she keeps her identity as a good person. Devan does not step into the script. She keeps her identity as a good person by denying that any script exists. Did I hire? I don't know who this guy is. That is her answer. She does not name Andrew. She does not name Caston. She does not name anyone.
So now is a good time before we find out about it. You will find this person. We've got like 65 cops working on it, 65 detectives. We've got the whole Postal Investigation team here. We're going to find out about it. Now's your chance. If you didn't have anything to do with this, to come clean. Say, Steve, I don't know how to tell you this. I don't know if you'll even believe me, but I want you to try. I want you to try to trust me, to believe me, that if you didn't have anything to do with this and something got out of hand, I want to help you. Because the gig is up.
You're not really in the business of trusting people.
So I'm not saying I trust you or I trust this guy. I'm asking you to trust me. Because if you didn't do this and things got out of control and you panicked and you didn't think this guy was going to kill him, you thought maybe he's going to rough him up, that's understandable. So that's why I want you to trust me if something like that happened.
I understand why I would be a suspect because of who I am related to him.
And your car.
But I don't. There was things in the past that have happened with him and I that I could have gone to court or I could have tried to call the police. I mean, I have and it didn't help. But there's other things that I could have done. Why would I shoot him?
I don't know why people ever shoot people. And I'm not saying you shot him. Maybe someone else shot him. Maybe people just lost their temper. Someone shot him. We know that. Someone shot him 5 times in the face. That's kind of a lot of hatred. They didn't steal anything from him. They didn't have any issue with him. There wasn't a traffic road rage case. Someone shot him because they were really upset with him. They shot him in cold blood. They shot him 5 times and let him bleed to death there. That's someone who knows this guy. And you know him very well. And you know the people who know him very well.
I don't know the people that know him.
You know AJ, you know Castaneda.
They don't know him.
Your car was there. Okay? Your car was there. So tell me someone borrowed your car.
I was at work on my route, which is not super close to the post office.
Why is your car in Longmont when your scanner is...
I don't know. I am on my route working.
Do you work in a mail truck or your personal car?
No, I work in a mail truck.
Okay. So why is your car down here killing your ex?
I don't know. But it
you
sounds like...
understand why that's so concerning to me.
Yes, I do understand that.
Borrow your car? Help me out here.
I don't know, but it seems like with all of these things that you're going to be doing that I need to have a lawyer or ask for a lawyer, or I don't know.
Yeah, you can have a lawyer.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say about that.
That is the moment. Watch Desmond's face when she says the word lawyer. He does not react. He does not press. In Boulder County, judges dismiss cases when suspects imply they want a lawyer during an interview. He knows exactly where the line is. And in the next room, watching this on the monitor, the head DA knows exactly where the line is. Devan just walked up to it and stopped. The head DA will later confirm that Devan's wording, "It seems like I need to have a lawyer," did not, as a matter of case law, count as a direct request for counsel. It was too indirect. But Desmond is not going to test that line one word further. He knows the case will be tried on this footage.
for that, but
On that, I'm going to take your phone. I'm going to apply for a search warrant to search it. I'm going to have a female come in here and help you get changed out in privacy off camera, so we preserve your rights. I'm not going to ask you any more questions about this homicide. And so let's get that going, okay? I'm going to treat you with respect, and let me get that going, okay?
so Rosa's here, and is that it? Is she going through the same thing?
We've interviewed her. I don't know who's interviewing her, how they're acting her, what they've asked her, but her car is not in the scene. I really don't. You said you don't want to talk to me and you want a lawyer, and I don't want to try to trick you and say, well, keep talking to me, keep asking me questions, and we're going to abuse your rights. If you want a lawyer, stop, and that's fine. But I don't want to violate your rights. I take your rights very seriously.
That's fine. I don't. That's fine.
Let me get the Detective Jones in here.
Sure.
And she's not listening.
Detective Desmond has just made a decision. He is not going to fight for another word from Devan. He does not want to argue about whether her mention of a lawyer was a request. He is going to leave the room, and he is going to hand her to the Postal Inspector, whose interview style is completely different, softer, slower, more conversational. If Devan will not talk to a cop, maybe she will talk to a Postal Inspector. This is the strategy of the whole interview. Desmond told me afterward, on the phone, that his goal was not to break her. His goal was to lock her into a story before the next interviewer walked in. The alibi is locked. The scanner explanation is locked. The lunch break at Andrew's is locked. The claim she never went to Longmont is locked. Every one of those statements is on the record. The next detective can now measure everything Devan says against the story she just gave Desmond. While Devan waits, a female officer enters to do a preliminary search of her pockets and hand her water. Then, and only then, the room door opens for a second time, and a new man walks in.
All right. We're gonna get this going here.
Hey, Devan.
I'm gonna introduce you to someone real quick.
I just arrived. I'm a U.S. Postal Inspector. So my name's Ken. So I know you work for the post office and have worked for the post office.
Mm-hmm.
So because this is kind of postal related and you're working today, I wanted to chit chat with you about kind of what happened and some of your activities today, okay? I understand you may have been kind of done talking with the detective, but I wouldn't mind talking to you as an inspector to find out what's going on and what happened today.
Can we also confirm, just, you said you wanted a lawyer, but I wasn't clear. Do you want to talk to him or do you want a lawyer? Whatever you decide. I don't have any more questions, but I don't want your rights to be violated.
Sure, yeah. We weren't sure because you were kind of deciding what you wanted to do, but I'd imagine this is the husband of your child.
The father
of your child. So we're just trying to get this wrapped up. We're trying to figure out what happened today.
Watch what Ken just did. He put the question of the lawyer back in her hands, in the softest possible way. He did not press her. He did not accuse her. He said, "We're just trying to figure out what happened today." He named the dead man as her child's father, not as the victim, not as her ex. He is not treating her like a suspect. He is treating her like a witness. That is a chess move. If she wanted a lawyer, this was the moment to say so cleanly. She does not.
Okay.
Right.
So one of the things we do is talk to everybody that's around the person, anybody that they may have had a relationship with, either current or in the past. Obviously, you have a relationship with Jason. You know, you guys have a child together. So you work for the post office. He worked at the post office. We came up here. We were notified by the police department about what happened. So we went out there and took a look at what happened. We'd like to sit down and talk with you. Okay. Would you be comfortable with talking to me about just kind of your activities today? And if I get to a point or a part where you don't feel comfortable, just tell me I don't want to talk about that.
Well, I mean, I already explained that I was at work today. My route is in North Loveland.
Okay.
And
well, I guess I just came in, and I apologize, like when you guys were already mid-conversation. I'd love to start off with like how long you've worked at the post office, that type of thing.
Ken is not going to ask her about Jason, not yet. He is going to ask her about her job, about her routes, about her days. He is going to spend the next 30 minutes rebuilding, from the ground up, from her own words, a complete timeline of her entire day. Every stop, every phone call, every meal. The timeline is not for him. It is for the case file. Every detail Devan gives him is a detail the prosecution can later match against a phone record, a GPS ping, a security camera, or a witness statement. Ken's job is not to make her confess. His job is to make her volunteer every single verifiable claim she can.
Did you work up at the Loveland post office now, but you used to work at the Longmont post office, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'd like to talk to you about that if that's okay with you. And again, like I said, if you get to a point to where you just don't want to talk to me about it, that's fine. But I think, I mean, would it be accurate saying, because most of the time when I interview people that are related to, you know, somebody that was hurt, they want to help. They want to find out what happened.
Yes, of course.
Do you want to find out what happened?
yes, of course I want to
Okay.
find out.
Well,
what
I'm sure
happened.
that you do.
That wasn't why I wasn't answering or wanting to talk anymore. The detective is saying that we're going to be doing all of these things that I don't understand. So
Well,
I'm
and
not.
and I think he didn't understand like the scanner thing, because I walked in a little bit and I heard you talking about the scanner and you were trying to correct him
Right.
about kind of how the scanner works. So I thought, well, maybe if I come down there, you'd be maybe a little more comfortable talking to an inspector.
Read what Ken just handed Devan. He said, "The detective didn't understand your scanner. You were correcting him. I heard you. He is not just softer. He is siding with her against Desmond. That is a strategic gift. It reframes Desmond as the misinformed one, and Ken as the reasonable one. If Devan is looking for an ally, she just got offered one."
So about what's going on, and I'll explain everything like he has. I've been working, you know, as an inspector for almost 20 years. So I'm just here to figure out how we can help you, how we can resolve this situation, and how we can help Jason. But I need your help to do that, okay?
Right.
I absolutely need your help. We're going to be talking to lots of different people, but I need you to help me. Would you be willing to help me?
I mean, I will, as long as it doesn't get turned around what I'm saying.
I'm not going to turn around one thing you say. If I say something that sounds different than what you're trying to tell me.
Right, well, that's why I was correcting him, is because he said I turned off my scanner and I did not turn off my scanner.
Yeah, and he doesn't know how scanners work.
Right, I understand.
So it wasn't intentional. He wasn't trying to, because we worked together before, he wasn't trying to pull any fast ones or anything. He just wasn't sure how it worked.
And now Ken has completed the frame swap. He is her defender against the confused detective. She is the expert on postal scanners. He is the neutral truth seeker. From this frame, she starts talking.
Okay. But let's start off with, are you comfortable where you're sitting? Or would you rather...
I don't really care.
Okay.
I just really want my kid, and that's not happening, so.
Yeah, well, first off, I'm sorry about what's happened today. So today's been a stressful day for you, for your child. So I understand that.
I don't think you do.
Well, I can empathize with the fact that it's probably one of the worst days in your life. So
on top of what happened, my child was picked up from by the police from school, and I was not contacted.
Okay.
And I know this had nothing to do with you. I
know. I understand. I'm a father. I've got kids myself. That would upset me too. But you know what? We'll make it right. You know what? When mistakes happen, we'll make them right.
I'm not allowed to see my son. Like, doesn't understand what's happened, and he was put in a police car, which he loves police, so I'm sure he was like, hey, this is fun.
Sure.
But he's traumatized. Like, he doesn't know what's going on. He's not allowed to see me. He's not allowed to see his father. His father's not here.
Yeah, how about as soon as we're done, let's make sure that gets scored away. I'm sure he's being taken care of right now. They have folks that would be watching him right now. But I'll make sure you see him after we chit-chat, okay? But let me start off with, how long have you worked up at the Loveland Post Office?
Since the end of June or the beginning of July. I don't remember my exact date.
So June or July of this year?
This year, yes.
And what do you do up there? Are you a carrier?
I'm a road carrier, yeah.
Okay. And you drive a postal vehicle?
I'm just a sub. I'm an RCA, so I don't have a regular route, but yeah, I drive it.
Okay. As an RCA, that's a rural carrier associate?
Yeah.
So you just show up, you don't have a regular route, you just show up and they say, hey, I need you on Route 19, I need you on Route 30, I need you on Route 40?
Yeah.
Okay. What days do you work?
I work every day except for usually Mondays are my days off.
Okay. So every day but Monday, and that's your regular day off generally?
Generally. I mean,
okay.
I feel like you would know this, but maybe not. I don't know how.
I didn't have time to pull any.
No, I don't mean that. I just mean like as working for the post office as an inspector. Like I assume you would know how the process works.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Well, different offices run differently. So, and schedules rotate. Sometimes you can have rotating days off.
No,
You see what I'm saying?
Usually have Mondays off.
Okay. So, so you were working today, because today's Wednesday. So, where do you actually live?
I live in Fort Collins.
In Fort Collins? Do you live by yourself?
Yes, it's just me and my son.
You and your son? Okay. And how old's your son? Is he 6?
He will be 6 next week.
Ken has just walked Devan through her home address, her son's upcoming birthday, and the fact that she lives alone. She is answering because she wants to help. She is answering because she wants Jason's killer found. She is not being questioned. She is being interviewed. She does not notice the transcript is being built.
Okay. And what's your address in Fort Collins?
Do I have to give that to you?
No. If you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to. Okay. But you live with your son, and does your son goes to school? You were saying there was a deal at school. Do you drop him off, or how does he get to school?
Yes, I dropped him off. He goes to school down here.
Okay, so Jason normally drops him off for school?
Depending on whose day it is, yes.
Okay. So what happened today? You wake up at your house?
Oh, he's been with his father since Sunday.
Okay. Since Sunday, he's been with his dad. So today, you just woke up at home, and then tell me, when did you get to work?
I got to work about, I don't know, 7:45, 8 o'clock.
Okay. In the morning?
In the morning.
Okay.
And then.
Is that your regular start time?
Yeah, we can't start before 8 o'clock.
Okay. So it was about 7:45, 8 o'clock? Okay. And then tell me about your day. What happened after you checked in? What route did you have today?
I had Route 14, but I'm assuming that you all know that since you've checked the scanners.
I haven't personally checked it, so I don't know, honestly. I know that they pulled some scanner records, which I'll talk to you about here in a bit, but I wanted to make sure I found out what was going on because there's some kind of differing information. So I wanted to make sure I talked to you first, because obviously you know what you were doing today. So about 8 o'clock you got to work, 7:45. You did route, did you say 14?
14.
And where is Route 14?
It's on the north side of Loveland.
Okay. So did you case mail for a while, or how does that work?
Yes, I cased most of my route, and then I cased my route. I took everything to the street, and I started delivering about 10:30.
Okay. So you left the post office around 10:30? Okay. So between 8 and 10:30, you were working,
Yes.
casing your mail.
Yes.
Did you have a lot of packages?
Not today, no.
Okay. Was it like a lot of DPS mail?
There was a lot of DPS, yes. I ended up taking most of it to the street.
Okay. Was there more than one route you were doing today, or just that particular route?
No, today was just 14.
Okay. So you loaded up your truck, you left around 10:30 or so. Did you go directly to your route?
Yes.
Okay.
My guy, AJ, he lives on that route. And so, since Wednesdays are his day off, and things are very complicated with us, I try to see him on his day off.
Okay. So you stopped by on your route,
Yes.
hang out with him. Did you do that today?
Yes, I do it every Wednesday.
Okay, every Wednesday, that's kind of your normal routine.
Yes.
What time did you get over to his place?
I don't know. I don't know exactly when I got over there.
Okay.
I wasn't really looking at the time. I was ahead of what I normally am for that day. Not by like a lot, but you know, like I'm there around, I don't know, noon, so I think I was a little bit ahead of schedule, so I was able to stop, and I was happy that I would be able to take a little bit more time to take a lunch and spend some time with them.
Okay. So is that what you actually did today then?
Yes.
Okay. Where does he live?
He lives on that road. I don't know if I should give his address or not.
Okay, you don't have to. When you stopped by there, did you go in?
Yes.
And was he there?
Yes.
Okay. Does he live by himself?
No.
Okay. Does he have kids or roommates?
He has kids and a ex-wife.
Oh, okay. So his ex-wife lives there. That's probably pretty complicated.
Hence the 1 day a week.
Oh, okay. Because she's not normally there on Wednesdays?
Well, not during the day.
Oh, okay. So was she there today then?
No.
Okay. So when you showed up, was he by himself?
Yes.
Okay. And then I worked a lot of different assignments and stuff like that, so nothing will surprise me. I mean, did you guys hook up? What'd you guys do? Just have lunch?
No, we just ate and talked and argued.
Okay. What'd you guys eat?
We had pizza rolls.
Pizza rolls? Okay. Did both of you have pizza rolls?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember what kind of pizza rolls they were?
No, I didn't make them.
Okay. Did he make them?
I'm assuming so. He was the only one there.
Okay. Well, no, I just meant, I'm not trying to trick you or anything. I'm just curious, like, did he already make lunch for you then? Did you text him or call him to let him know you were stopping by?
Well, he knows that I stopped by. It's
Okay.
just a thing.
Even though you were early, it wasn't that big of a deal. Okay. Do you have a key to his house?
No, I have a code.
Oh, like a garage code?
It's like one of those codes that you put into the door and it like turns the lock.
Okay. Is that how you went in today?
Yes.
Oh, okay. But he was there, you guys had lunch together, you guys had pizza rolls. What'd you drink?
It's water.
Water? Did you drink water?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay. And then, how long would you say you were there?
It was a very long time.
Okay, a very long time?
Normally I'm there about an hour and a half, but like I said, I wasn't too worried about it today because I didn't have to pick up my son. It wasn't my day to pick him up today, and I had some extra time, so.
Okay. So what did you guys do? I know you said you argued, but did you watch TV? Did you do any other activities?
No.
Okay. What were you guys arguing about?
Some stuff we always argue about.
Okay. Can you share it with me? I mean, trust me, I get into my fair share of arguments too. You don't have to go into detail if you don't feel comfortable.
I just, we've been trying to make things work for a while and they're not working, and we have a lot of differing views on things, I guess. Especially with his ex-wife living with him.
Devan has just described her afternoon. Pizza rolls, an hour and a half at AJ's, an argument about his ex-wife. All of that is her account. All of that is now on the record. In roughly 4 hours, Andrew Ritchie will sit down in a separate room and give a different account of that same afternoon. When those two versions are laid side by side, one of them will have to break.
And then, how long do you think you guys argued?
I don't know. I didn't really look at the time.
Okay. What did you do when you left his house? Did he go with you? Or you were in your postal vehicle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys, what happened after that?
We argued for a while, and then he got angry and left, and I stayed in my truck, and I was very upset, so I was crying, and I was in my truck, and waited for a while until I was able to calm down.
Mm-hmm. What made you so upset this time as opposed to any other time?
Because I'm always upset.
Okay.
It's not any different.
When he left, where did he go?
I don't know.
Okay. What car does he drive?
He drives a big Duramax truck.
Devan's answer places Andrew in a truck, leaving his house, going somewhere she does not know. Andrew, later, will place himself somewhere very specific during that window. He will place himself at a Hooters, and then, later, he will change that story.
So at some point he left, you were in the postal truck, and then you decided to leave too. Where did you go after that?
I just hung out for a little bit, and then I continued my route.
Okay. And how did your route continue from there? Is that actually a delivery point on your route?
I don't know what you mean by delivery point.
Did you actually deliver mail to that address?
Yes, but they're mostly CBUs.
Okay.
Or they're all CBUs in that neighborhood, so when I'm going by, I just stop.
Okay.
It's not off my route, it's not out of the way. So.
Trust me, I'm not worried about it.
No.
Honestly.
I'm just letting
Yeah.
you know, like, it's not.
I knew a guy that was a postal employee that would get down with his route super early and go jet skiing every day, but he got his route done, so,
Yeah.
you know, people do what people do. So when you left, you continued on your route. Did you stop anywhere else?
No, just in my route.
Okay. And did you call anybody on the phone and tell them you were upset about what had happened, or with your boyfriend? Did you say AJ? With AJ?
No. I tried to call him and talk to him about it after I calmed down, and we have a lot of phone calls back and forth of talking and stuff like that. I spoke to a coworker who was talking to me and just said, like, hey, did you hear that something had happened down in Longmont? Like, we heard that somebody that worked at the post office got hurt, and that was kind of it. We talked about the route, but we didn't think that was about it. But no, I don't.
Who was that person that you talked to?
It's just another sub there.
Another sub at?
Longmont, I'm so sorry, Loveland.
At Loveland?
Yes.
Okay. What's that?
I don't talk to anybody in Longmont.
Okay. What's the sub's name up in Loveland that you talked to?
His name is Scott.
Scott. Okay. So did Scott call you?
Yes, he called.
Okay. And so he has your cell phone. Have you ever dated Scott?
Oh, he's married.
Oh, he's married. Okay. So he just called you. Why would he call you?
Because he knows that I used to work in Longmont. Everybody there knows that I used to work in Longmont. It's when you come back and you have experience from the job beforehand, people are pretty happy about that.
Mm-hmm. And did Scott tell you he knew who had gotten hurt and that's why he was giving you a call?
No, he just said that he heard through the grapevine that somebody had gotten hurt in Longmont.
Okay. Okay.
And he asked if I had heard anything about that, and I said no, I did not.
Devan gives Ken the name Scott. She gives him Stephanie. She gives him Whitney. She gives him Ren, the daycare owner. She gives him the timeline of every phone call she made after leaving the post office. She names her friends. She names her son's daycare. She never, in this section, names Andrew as a person she called about the news of Jason's death. Andrew is barely there. Every one of those phone numbers is retrievable. Every one of those calls is on her carrier's log. Ken is not writing this down. His notebook is in his pocket. He is asking her to say it out loud, on video, on a system the DA is watching in the next room.
And then after that, so you had this conversation. Did you continue your route?
Yes.
Okay. Did you end up finishing your route?
Yes.
Okay. Did you stop anywhere that was unwork related along your route?
No.
Okay. Did you ever stop for gas to fill up the LOV or anything like that?
No. The
Okay.
first time it was actually full.
Okay. So, you did your route by yourself, I'm assuming, because sometimes when it's busy they have two people, but you were by yourself? Okay. Did you see any other like postal employees along the route?
No.
Okay. Okay. Did you have your scanner with you the whole time you were on your route too?
Yes.
Okay. So when we see it, and I haven't personally seen it, but I understand that it stopped at some address, probably your boyfriend's for like, I don't know, an hour and a half or so. That's when you stopped at your boyfriend's house?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's the same thing every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday?
There it is again. Every Wednesday. The routine. Andrew's house is on Route 14. Route 14 is Devan's secondary. She always runs it on Wednesday. Andrew always has Wednesday off. On the Wednesday Jason is murdered, the scanner sits at Andrew's house for the same 3 hours it always sits at Andrew's house. If your alibi is that you were at your boyfriend's house the entire time, that alibi is only credible if your boyfriend also says you were there the entire time. He is going to say the opposite.
Well, I'd like to know, who do you think would have done this to Jason?
I don't know who would have done this to Jason. I don't know his life anymore. I am no longer a part of it. He made that perfectly clear when he decided to, for a lack of better words, sleep with my sister.
So I didn't know that. Okay. Can I talk to you about that, or do you want an attorney?
There's nothing to hide with that either, so I will answer questions about that.
Okay. You're okay answering questions about your sister?
Yes.
Are they dating?
They are
Or
living
they're
together.
sleeping together?
They're definitely sleeping together in front of my son, which is how I found out. I'm
Oh.
a 5-year-old.
Okay. How old's your sister? Is she of age?
19. She
Really?
just turned 19.
Okay.
Not too
How old
long
are
ago.
you?
26.
So this is your younger sister?
Yes, this is my baby sister.
How many sisters do you have?
I have, well, there's 4 of us total.
4 of you total?
Yes.
Okay. So Jason was actually, how do you know he was? Because your son said it? Or?
I have, well, my son did say it, yes, and then when he just moved into a new apartment last month, I think, and he told me that she was going to be moving in with him. She had already been living there, but
Okay. At the apartment complex, but not with him?
no, with him.
Okay.
She had been living with me at the beginning of this year until the end of June.
Okay.
And then I found out that she not only slept with my ex-boyfriend, but also with my son's dad.
This is the emotional center of Devan's story about Jason. She wants Ken to know. Her sister betrayed her. Her ex betrayed her. Her 5-year-old son was the messenger, and she kicked her sister out. This is the frame she wants to leave with him, a frame that makes her the victim of a compounded betrayal. It is also, by every measure of motive that a jury would ever weigh, the strongest thing she has just said in this room. Fired from his workplace. Custody papers filed 2 days before the killing. Sister sleeping with him. Every anger vector Jason had generated in her life is now on the record, in her own voice. She just did the prosecution's work for them.
So, as far as your vehicle, so you said nobody drives it, it's just you that drives it. What happened to the hubcap? That apparently there was a missing hubcap I heard about. How did you get in a wreck?
I don't have a hubcap on my wheels, but it's been like that for a very long time.
Okay. Do you remember what happened to it?
I used to deliver newspapers in the morning,
Okay.
and I fell asleep while driving.
Okay.
So I ran into a rock. Or a sidewalk. I don't remember which one.
Do you remember about when that was?
No, I'd say the beginning of this year. I don't remember exactly.
Okay. So sometime this year you just never got it replaced.
Well, it like fucked up my. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
It messed up my front section of my car and like the tire and stuff, and I had to have it towed, and so I have like it got replaced. I just never
Put it on.
well, the rim wasn't the right one that I needed for the hubcap, so.
Okay. So it's been busted up a little bit. Where'd you have it towed from? Or like, was that like an insurance claim?
It was in Boulder, yes.
It was in Boulder? Like where the police called?
No.
Okay. So sometime in Boulder, and did you say you filed an insurance claim?
No.
Okay. You just had it towed to a shop and they fixed it? Okay. But you just never put on the hubcap to it? Okay. How tall are you?
5'5".
About 5'5"? Okay. And what were you wearing today?
This.
Okay. You were wearing that all day? Okay. So you don't have like a carrier uniform or anything since you're a rural carrier? Were you wearing those same shoes all day? Okay. How about those same pants?
Yep, I haven't changed.
Same. So if we pull up surveillance video or whatnot, we'll see you at the post office wearing that. Okay. Did you ever put on a hoodie today at all?
I have a. Someone reminds me. I don't even know if I brought it with me. I had a jacket, like a fleece jacket that's has the Postal logo on it that I bought from like you guys, but I don't know. I bought it when I was in training, but since it was really cold this morning, I had that on today.
Okay, so you had that on. What color is that?
It's like a gray, white, or black and white, grayish tweed. I don't know.
Does it have a hood?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's just a jacket.
It's a zip up. I mean, it's got like a higher collar
That goes to
that like
here.
puffs up a little bit, but it
Okay.
doesn't have a hood on it now.
Did you actually wear a hoodie at all today?
No.
Do you own any hoodies?
I own a lot of hoodies, but I didn't wear that today, mainly because I had like the one that I wore yesterday at work. I wore the same thing yesterday at work, and
The same outfit? Okay.
I get very dirty at work, so I just wear the same thing.
Sure.
And it was very, very cold last night, and I was out till dark, so
Okay.
I was like, this is not warm enough, I'm gonna need a different jacket.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put the one that I have today.
Okay. The hoodie that you have today on?
Not a hoodie, but yeah.
Okay. So run me through that again. I'm confused. So you had a hoodie on yesterday because it was cold. Okay. And then what happened? What color hoodie was that?
It's black.
Okay. So you had a black hoodie on yesterday. What time did you finish your shift yesterday?
7:15.
The video from the shooting scene shows a figure in a black hoodie. Desmond, 20 minutes ago, told Devan the figure looked like her build. Now Ken has walked her, one careful question at a time, to the point where she has confirmed on video that she owns a black hoodie, that she wore it to work the day before the shooting, and that it is currently at her house. The next step is not asking about the hoodie. It is confirming she went home with it. It is confirming she cannot say she lent it out. And that is what Ken confirms next.
So pretty late last night.
So pretty late. And then it was at the Loveland Post Office as well? What route was that yesterday?
Route 10.
Okay. Do you have a locker there, or do you don't, so you carry your lunch or whatever, your clothes back and forth?
Mm-hmm.
So you would have thrown your hoodie in your Nissan?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any other vehicles or just that Nissan? Just the Nissan? Okay. So you had the hoodie in the Nissan. Did you wear the hoodie today, though? You said you wore it yesterday.
No, I had it on when I went home, and it's at home. Right.
Okay. It's at your house right now and not in your car or anything? Okay. When did you take it into the house?
I wore it home last night because it was cold.
Okay. So you wore it into the house yesterday, took it off. Where is it now? Is it like in the washing machine or
Hanging up.
just hanging up?
The hoodie is at Devan's house. The hoodie is in a state that can be forensically tested. Even if the hoodie has been washed, gunshot residue can survive laundering. Ken has just made Devan tell him, on the record, exactly where evidence would be if evidence existed.
So just talking about AJ, you said he's been a correctional officer, and of course being a law enforcement officer, he has a gun. Have you ever shot a gun before?
Yes, multiple times.
Okay. When's the last time you've ever shot a gun before?
Over a year ago.
Okay. And whose gun was that?
It was one of his.
One of AJ's? Okay. How many guns does AJ have?
It don't know.
Okay. Is it more than one? You said guns, so I'm assuming you meant.
Yes, he has a few, but I don't know how many. I don't know how many he has.
Okay. So, what kind of guns are they?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with. I don't know that much about them.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I can tell you.
When did you guys last go shoot? You said about a year ago?
For our friend anniversary last year, yes.
For your what?
Friend anniversary, like an anniversary for friends.
Okay.
But yeah.
Do you remember what date that was then?
I don't. It was at the beginning of November.
Okay.
I don't know.
So sometime in November, where'd you guys go out shooting?
There's a place in Loveland.
Okay, like a gun?
Like a shooting range.
Like a shooting range. So you went there, and you said you had done it a few times before. Had you been with him a couple times before?
No, I'd been with an ex before.
With an ex-boyfriend? Okay. Do you have your own weapons? You don't have any guns or anything of your own? Okay. So he took you to shoot his gun. Was it a rifle or was it a pistol?
It was a rifle.
It was a rifle. Okay. Do you remember what kind of rifle it was? Did it look like a machine gun or like a hunting rifle?
I really couldn't tell you the difference. I don't
Okay.
hunt, so I don't know.
Okay. So when you were at the shooting range, you shot a rifle?
Yes.
Okay. And then you shot his pistol too?
No, I don't. I am only aware of the pistol that he has for his job.
Okay. So when you said he had multiple guns, you're not sure what all he has? Okay. Where does he keep his guns?
I don't know.
Okay. But you've been to his house before, like all the time, but you're not sure where does he keep it locked up?
I don't know. I don't go looking for them.
Watch what Ken is doing here. He is not asking whether Devan has a gun. He is asking whether Andrew has guns, plural. He is asking her to describe them. He is asking where they are kept. He is quietly building a document that says, Andrew Ritchie owns multiple firearms. Devan Schriener has fired at least one of them. She has been in his house at all hours. She does not know where he keeps them. If Andrew's gun turns out to be the murder weapon, This conversation just locked Devan into having no way to say she never knew the weapon existed.
Okay. Do you know what color it is? Okay. Did you ever shoot his handgun?
Like, for work? No.
For anything? Have you ever physically shot his handgun?
No.
Okay. When's the last time you shot a handgun?
Really long time ago, like over 10 years ago.
Okay. So, do you know how to shoot a handgun?
I mean, I guess I would know the basics just like every other gun, but I don't know
Okay.
specifically what you're asking.
Well, I'm asking, you said you don't have a gun.
No.
Do you know how Jason passed away today?
Yes, they said he was shot.
Okay. Who said that?
The detective.
Okay. The detective told you he was shot?
The detective told me he was shot in the face.
The detective said shot in the face? Okay. How'd that make you feel?
I don't know. I don't have anything against guns, but obviously I don't own one, so I don't.
Now, how'd it make you feel to find out that the father of your child was shot in the face with a gun?
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, I'm very upset about it. I know that, like I said, I know that we've had our issues, but.
Okay. Ken asked her how she felt. She said, "I don't have anything against guns, but I don't own one." That was the sentence she reached for. She did not say, "I feel devastated." She did not say, "I feel sick." She said her position on gun ownership. Only after Ken restated the question, "How did it make you feel to find out the father of your child was shot in the face?" did she use the word terrifying. Then, still, she pivoted to, "We've had our issues. The father of her child is dead. She has been in this building for over 2 hours." This is the first sentence she has used to describe her feelings about that, and it lasts a beat and a half before she pivots.
Okay. One of the other things that we look at when we're doing forensics and that type of thing is we take a look at cell phone information. You know, where were you? You know, cell phones right now they're like little GPS beacons. I don't know if you know that. Have you ever seen that on TV?
I mean, you use GPS on the phone all the time.
Yeah. So it's like the same thing. So you seem like a smart person. So you know how GPS records work too, right? So one of the things we're going to do as part of this is we're going to have to pull phone records, okay? So we're going to take a look at it and we're going to say, okay, this is where you told me you were, and this is where your phone was. Because you had your phone all day, like you told me, because you were talking on it. You didn't lend your phone to anybody, I'm assuming. No? Okay. You had your phone all day. Mm-hmm. So we can really just go to the cell phone company with a court order. We have to get a warrant and say, where was her cell phone, you know, every second of that day? And on this type of thing, we go to those extra links. So are we going to see that your cell phone was over there where this happened to Jason?
I'm not entirely sure where it happened, but no, I had it with me in Loveland.
Okay, you had it with you in Loveland. Okay. It never left your side.
It was with me in Loveland.
Okay. Could you have been accidentally gotten over into that area where this happened? Do you know where it happened?
In Loveland.
Okay. Well, this happened in Longmont. Was your phone ever in Longmont today?
No.
Okay. So when we pull your phone records, is it going to show that your phone was in Longmont?
No.
Is it going to show that it was in that area?
No, I don't know what area, but it hasn't been in Longmont.
That is the lock. Devan has just told Inspector Ken that if he pulls her phone records, they will show her phone was in Loveland all day. Not in Longmont, not near Renaissance Drive, not near where Jason was shot. The postal inspectors have already pulled her scanner GPS. They already know her scanner sat at Andrew's house for 3 hours. The scanner is a different device from her phone. She is telling Ken her phone was not in Longmont. That is a claim that can be measured. It is also a claim, apparently, that this camera is her only audience for.
Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Are you familiar with the area of Heather Hills Circle and Renaissance Drive?
No, not exactly.
Okay. When you say not exactly, like, what do you mean? Like, have you ever been there, or do you know the general area?
I know the general area. I mean, I worked in Longmont, so I know like the general area, but
Okay. When's the last time you were over in that area?
I don't know.
If you had to guess, like, was it today?
No, it was not today.
Was not today.
No, I was at work today.
Okay. When was it yesterday?
No, it was not yesterday. I was at work yesterday.
Okay. Was it your last day off? Don't be upset with me. I'm just trying to understand. You said you know the area.
Well, I used to deliver in Longmont, but that was 6 years ago. So it was 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
Like, areas grow, things change. I don't know that particular street. I do know it is on the southwest side of town.
Okay.
But I don't know the specific area.
Okay. Let's see if I can pull it up. Because obviously, I don't know the area. Do you know how far it is from your house?
I live in Fort Collins.
Okay.
So no.
Have you been to Longmont today?
No, I'm not been to Longmont today. Is there a way that I can be escorted to the bathroom?
Yeah, we'll get you to the bathroom. Can I show you this first, if you don't mind?
That's fine.
Okay. So here is, you mind if I sit here? I don't want to invade your space, so I'll sit right here for you. Oh, so I don't know how familiar you are with the general area, but here's, you know Airport Road?
Yes.
Okay. And do you know Renaissance Drive?
I thought it was just a circle, but
Okay. So, so it happened in this general area,
Okay.
Renaissance Drive and Heather Hill Circle.
okay.
Okay. Are you familiar with that area?
Vaguely.
Okay. And one of the things I really need to ask you about, and I know you're probably nervous, and this is a stressful thing, but one of the things that we went out and did today, or the police department did, and they had a lot of help, is they pulled surveillance video from a lot of different locations in the area.
Yes.
They actually captured what happened on one of the surveillance videos.
That's what the detective said.
Okay.
Yes.
They also captured the vehicle that was involved on the surveillance footage. And they captured the license plate.
Okay.
And it was your vehicle that was over there.
That's what the officer said.
Yeah. So I need to find out, honestly, what happened today.
But that is also what the officer said.
Okay. But I need you to tell me, there's a big difference between something, and I'm sure you probably don't have a criminal history. I haven't even looked.
No, I do not.
But most of the people I deal with are people that have been arrested like 20, 25 times. They're out committing robberies of postal carriers. They're out doing lots of different things, okay? I don't think that's you. You know, these other people are people that, you know, all they do is live a life of crime. They're out planning crimes all day long, all night long, because they have a drug addiction. And that's primarily what drives them, okay? You do not look like the type of person that does drugs, am I correct?
No, I never have.
Never have done drugs or anything like that. So you do not seem like the type of person to me. And again, I just met you, and I just got on this, but you don't seem like a cold-blooded killer that's out been planning something for years and that this was your perfect opportunity. To me, based on what I've heard and from talking to you, this is something where something just snapped. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't something out here, just hold on, where you were thinking about doing something like this for a long period of time. You weren't planning. I mean, it happened in the middle of the day. This isn't something that happened late at night. This is something that happened in the middle of the day. So you know what almost every house has these days? They have cameras. They have Ring cameras.
Right.
So we had your car over there. You already told me you're the only person that drives that vehicle.
I also told you I was at work, and nobody seems to believe that either. So.
No, we understand that you were at work for part of the time. I believe that.
I didn't say that either.
Say what?
I didn't say part of the time. I said I was at work all of the time.
Okay. Well, we understand that you work today. Okay. I don't want to get into the mix with you. But what I am trying to ask you is this: your vehicle was over there where this happened at the time that it happened. We have witnesses and we have surveillance footage.
Right, and that's
we always.
I just said to the detective, I don't have an answer for that.
Okay, you don't have an answer. You have like zero answer. How do you think something like that could happen?
I don't know, and that is where I asked the detective to speak to a lawyer.
Do you think somebody stole your car?
Again, I'm going to ask to speak to a lawyer if we're going to continue with this questioning. I don't have an answer for that.
Okay.
That is a second implication of counsel. Same as with Desmond, it is not a clean request. Ken responds the same way Desmond did. He moves off the topic. He does not press. He goes back to the sister for a few more minutes, buys a little more time on the record, and then the interview will end. But Devan has now said, in 2 separate rooms, to 2 separate men, some version of the phrase, "I need to speak to a lawyer." The DA in the next room has now decided the interview is over. She is going to be arrested tonight.
Okay.
And I kicked her out, and I told her she was no longer allowed to live in my house if she was going to be that kind of person.
Okay. So not only did she sleep with Jason, but she slept with another ex-boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay. Who is the other ex-boyfriend? Somebody you're still dating?
No.
Okay.
We have talked since that incident, but we have not dated.
Okay.
We will not date.
Okay. Was that a long time ago?
That we dated?
Yeah.
It was during like quarantine and stuff like that.
Sorry about that. Okay. You dated this other guy?
Yes.
Okay. Do you need to use the restroom? And then
I mean, I do. I am also very concerned about my son. It is getting late, and I don't know where he is.
Why don't you use the restroom? I'll find out where he's at, ease your mind, and then we can reconvene.
I would very much like to see him. I understand the detective was very strict on the fact that he was not going to be released to me, and like I understand that, and I'm not asking for that. I just want to see him.
Okay. Would that help you if I was able to? I can't promise anything because they're the police. I'm a postal inspector, so it's different. But would you like me to ask them and see if I can?
The detective said he was going to ask, and then he came back in here and didn't ask. So yes, I would very much like to.
Yeah, he's been busy and stuff too. So why don't we leave everything here? We'll just run in here. I grab my phone.
All right.
And she used she wanted to use the restroom.
Restroom, yeah. Why don't we, you want to
do the GCF first?
before she washes her hands.
Yeah, she
Oh, let me just do that real quick. Get you out of here.
One of the things we talked about, just so you remember, was like when a gun's fired. Remember I was talking about kind of that blowback and stuff. Sometimes so it'll get on your hands and in between the creases of your fingers and your wrinkles. And not that you have any wrinkles, but you're still in your 20s. But he's gonna put some sticky things on your hand to swab and cover it as part of this whole thing. So that's what that's about.
Let's see, right hand. Just go like this. It's just basically like an adhesive tape. It won't leave any residue.
Oh, it's tape?
Kind of. It's not tape, but it's
Almost like a lint roller type, if you can envision something like a tacky lint roller.
What? Good job, Scoop. Good.
This way.
This one here is the face, so I'm going to do those areas on your face. Okay? If you just can pull back your hair a little bit. I'll do this. This my calling is a makeup tech.
Huh.
Right here, there. Good.
Right. You need to use the restroom? Okay. So I'm gonna walk you to the restroom and then also we'll grab, we're gonna do a change of clothes.
Let me, I'll squeeze through here, so. Hold on just a second now. Okay. I think they're gonna. They're gonna get you that. Pretty straight on, change your clothes, okay?
Is that my son?
No. That was one of
That's the commander.
one of the other guys that work here, so.
Right. So here's the situation. I need you to go ahead and turn around for me. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Do not move, okay?
Am I under arrest then?
We'll discuss that here in just a second. Does it feel okay? Nothing's pinching or anything like that?
No.
No, lock them so that they don't get any tighter. Have it handy. Thank you. Right, so you are under arrest, okay? So we're gonna take you downstairs. We are gonna get your clothing and we'll let you go to the bathroom down there, okay?
Am I gonna be told
Go ahead and step back.
what it is
Just a little bit.
for then?
Right this way.
That is the last footage of Devan Schriener at Longmont PD. She walked in on her own. She is walking out in handcuffs. The interview lasted just under 3 hours. Detective Desmond will later tell me on the phone that he was not proud of the interrogation. He said she was impossible to develop rapport with. He said she had one goal, to get her son. He said she was not going to get her son, and that was a deal breaker for her. And so Detective Desmond passed the baton to Inspector Ken. And Inspector Ken did what he came to do. He locked her into a timeline. Every claim on that timeline is now sitting on video, and every claim can now be tested against a phone log, a scanner ping, a security camera, or a witness. The next witness detectives will test her timeline against is her boyfriend. The next interview happens in a different room, on a different day, at a federal correctional facility in Denver, where Andrew Ritchie works as a corrections officer. This is not the first time the postal inspectors have spoken to Andrew. On the Wednesday night of the killing, a postal inspector named Chris sat with Andrew, alongside Andrew's wife, who had just been told about the affair, and asked him gently for a timeline. Andrew lied. He said Devan was at his house until 12:15. He said he then drove to Hooters. He said everything was fine. The problem is that Andrew's phone records for that morning show his phone on Route 14 in Longmont, pinging every stop on the mail truck's path. 2 days later, Inspector Chris returned with a Longmont PD detective. This time they came to Andrew's workplace. This time they came with printouts. Speaker lock note. In this second room, the two voices on the interview side are Inspector Chris, Postal Inspector, a different inspector from Ken, and a Longmont PD detective, whose name the audio does not clearly capture. Do not conflate Chris with Ken. Do not conflate this detective with Desmond. These are two different rooms, two different agencies, two different men. Andrew's wife is not in this second interview.
Yeah.
How are you doing, AJ?
Good, how are you?
You remember me, Chris Lucas, the Postal Inspector.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Detective Berg with Longmont PD. Nice to meet you. Good to meet you too. So first off, I know that we're at your place of work, so I imagine that they called you down here, so you probably don't exactly feel like you have a choice in being in this room right now since your bosses are all outside the door.
Correct.
So before I ask you any questions, why don't you go and have a seat? We'll go through this first part. Let me ask you this, do you have any weapons on you, any knives, Yeah, nothing like that. Okay. So first off, it doesn't even matter the reason we're here. Just the circumstances, the fact that we're at your place of work. I don't want you to feel like you're being coerced into talking to us. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to read you Miranda real quick. All right. Just to go through that. Do what?
Am I being arrested?
Right now? No. All right. All right. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you, and I'm going to read it just to make sure that, just that way I can show this document later on and say, hey, this is exactly what I read you. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer prior to any questioning and have him present during any questioning. If you desire the presence of a lawyer and cannot afford to hire one, sorry, let me shut that off. If you desire the presence of a lawyer and cannot afford to hire one, the court will appoint one to represent you without charge. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements, all right? Do you understand your rights as I've just read them, okay? Having these rights in mind, all right, are you okay with me asking you some questions about some stuff that went on here this last week or so with Devan?
You can ask me questions while I'm planning to find my answer and stuff.
That last line, you can ask me questions while I'm plying answer, is the closest thing to a legal hedge Andrew offers. He does not decline. He does not ask for an attorney. He does not shut the interview down. He says, ask. The reason this is a critical moment, Andrew is a federal correctional officer. He runs interviews himself. He knows Miranda. He knows what a suspect's options are. He also knows that his phone was in Longmont. He knows what the phone map is going to look like when it is pulled up. He knows this is his last chance to shape the record before the printouts come out. He does not shut the interview down.
Actually, sorry, let me sign this quick. Just saying that I told this to you. And... All right, so go ahead and initial right here, just saying that you understand. Let me get a signature from right there. All right, I appreciate it.
So when we talked the other night, I told you we were trying to put the timeline together regarding, when you saw her and Devan and all of that. And so really I want to kind of clean up some of the timeline stuff. On Wednesday night, your wife's sitting next to us, and I know it's going to be hard to talk about multiple things. Am I correct?
Yeah, I had to talk to her about it the next day and tell her that I was having my film.
I'm sorry, I missed
I
something.
had to tell her that I was having an affair the next day.
Okay. So she now knows.
She's aware of me.
Okay, so and I'm assuming, a couple of things. I figured that was kind of part of it, and that's why I didn't push real hard on Wednesday night. Does that make sense? Again, I kind of told you that in the interview. So we just want to kind of clean up some of the timeline stuff. Obviously, let's just kind of start with you're at Hooters from like 12:30 to like 1:15. Is that about right?
I feel like it's later than that.
Okay,
maybe that's right.
1:45.
I think it's 1:45. Yeah.
Okay. How did you get to Hooters?
Drove.
Your truck? Okay. The black one, the one that was in the driveway? I think it's Silverado, right? Okay. So you drove your truck there.
Yeah, I drove myself.
And you were on your phone? You had your phone with you there?
Correct.
Okay. So you remember being there on your phone, and it's your personal, the one that you gave to me, right? So is that, that makes sense. And that's your phone, and that's the one that I took, right? Okay. So you got there, you're there, you eat wings, hang out with your buddy Brandon?
Correct.
Okay. As we went through this, sorry, I didn't mean to bring that in. And so we were talking about multiple things that day with Devan and her timeline. One of the things she told me is that she drives like a Nissan Rogue or Murano.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember, like, if we showed you a picture of her car, would you remember what it looks like?
So this is her car on a license plate reader back in May. All
That's her
right.
car. That's her car.
This is down at the scene, the neighborhood of the shooting. You can see the time, 12:06.
That's her car.
So originally you told us that she was up there at your house with you until 12:15 when you left to go to Hooters. Can you explain that? We're trying to verify Devan's timeline right now. That's the thing.
Yeah. She was not with me. She wasn't with me before that. She came over to my house after I was done with Hooters for about 10 minutes.
For about 10 minutes. Well, what happened when she got there?
She just stopped, used the bathroom, got some water.
Did she leave anything?
No.
Nothing at all?
No, not unless it was in the bathroom.
Did she change clothes?
No, she was.
Remember what she was wearing?
Not specifically. I think I told you that night. It was like a pair of pants and a t-shirt.
Okay.
I think the pants were dark, but I don't know what the t-shirt was.
Okay. So let's kind of work the timeline. Understand this is why I put the timeline together.
I know.
And so we've got her vehicle in Longmont when she said she was with you. So you guys weren't together.
The story just changed. Wednesday night, Andrew said Devan was at his house until 12:15. Now, confronted with the photo of Devan's car in the neighborhood of the shooting at 12:06, Andrew says, "She was not with me before Hooters. She came over after. For 10 minutes. He is separating himself from her, from that address, from that morning. He is not, in this moment, telling the detectives she is the shooter. He is telling them that whatever she did that morning, she did without him."
So tell me kind of what happened. Let's go back and talk about the morning and how that all worked. You had told me before you got home about 8 o'clock. Is that right?
At 8 o'clock
In the morning.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Okay. Where were you coming from?
Her house.
Her house. So you weren't at work. Okay, so you were at Devan's house in the morning. What time did you leave her house?
7 something.
Okay.
She went to work, I went to my house.
So she went to work and you went home. But your wife had already been gone, or did your wife see you in the morning?
My wife was taking the kids to school because she has to be to work today.
So she was already gone. Okay. So what time did you get to Devan's house? Right? Would have been
I stayed the night
Okay.
at Devan's house. My wife thought I was on
So that's why you told us that, is to protect yourself from your wife. Or protect. So she didn't find out. So what time did you get to Devan's house?
the night before 10.
At about 10? Okay, so what did you do after you got off work? What time did you get off work?
I got off work in the daytime.
Like
And I went home.
about this time? 4 o'clock-ish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Went home, took care of the kids, did my stuff with the wife for dinner, and then told her I was going back to work.
Okay. So you tell her you're going back to work, and you go to Devan's house. And so you get there, you said about 10 o'clock? So what did you guys do from 10 o'clock until 7 o'clock the next morning? Not necessarily detailed,
Yeah.
like generally
We
what
spent time together.
Okay.
Talking about this.
did you guys go out to eat? Did you order in? Did you?
It was not eating dinner.
Okay. So you ate dinner, you were over there from 10 to 7, you guys did,
Yeah, we did this.
can I say the affair thing?
Yeah, we did this regularly.
You did what?
I did this regularly.
Okay. And your wife didn't know anything until you told her basically Thursday.
Yeah, she found out the next day.
Okay.
I knew guys.
Okay. So you're with Devan all night. You didn't want your wife to know. You left at 7 in the morning. Did you have any contact with her?
We talked on the phone a good majority of the day.
Okay.
Devan told Ken she talked to AJ on the phone throughout the day. Andrew confirms it. "We talked to the phone a good today." What Andrew has just done is confirm, on his own record, that from roughly 6 a.m. onward, the two of them were on the phone. Every call is time-stamped. Every call is retrievable.
What were the conversations like?
They're pretty normal conversations.
Okay.
Just kind of like what's going on in our day, how things are going. And we just talk, and we just stay on the phone, just wear our earbuds.
So you were on the phone for a while, a short time, multiple times?
Multiple times in quite a while.
Okay.
When I wasn't working, we spent most of the day on the phone together.
Okay. Where were you while you were talking to her?
House.
You were at your house.
And then, driving around, talking to her.
Okay, where all did you drive to? Anywhere specific? Did you get coffee or lunch or anything like that?
Like this, I don't want to answer those questions without my attorney.
Okay. Okay. So you're out driving around, and you're still talking to her on the phone. And then basically, do you ever run into Devan while you're driving around? No, not at all. Were you in the same area as her?
No.
Okay.
Andrew has just declined to say where he drove. That is a legal decision, and he made it. But he also said he was not in the same area as Devan. In a few minutes, the printouts of his phone location will come out. Every one of those pings is in the same area as Jason's mail truck.
So, do you know where you told me you didn't want to answer this question, so I'm going to try not to ask him again, but I might. If I do, just tell me the same thing. So you're out driving around and you are still talking to her on the phone. Are you what are you looking for when you're driving around? Are you doing anything in particular? Okay. So basically you drive around, you're on the phone, then you go to Hooters, you have lunch. What do you do after that?
I ended up going home. I stayed at home after that, and then she came by to use the bathroom and get some water at the end of her route when she goes to my neighborhood.
What time was that?
2-ish, I'm gonna say.
Okay. And then what happened after she got some water or used the bathroom?
And then she left and went back and finished her route.
Oh, she went out and finished her route. Okay. And then
I'm about my house is about 3/4 of the way through the route.
Okay. Okay. So, obviously you gave us your phone. Obviously we're coming back 5 days later to talk to you. Obviously I have a detective here with me. And so it's really important today that we get kind of everything straight. This is kind of like an opportunity to make sure everything you told me we can get corrected. It's important you tell me the truth. You work in a federal correctional institute,
There's some conversations that her and I had when we need my attorney present.
Okay. So you need your attorney present to talk about any of her conversations. Do you know where she was?
When we were talking, I believe she was doing her route.
Okay. What about in the afternoon? Do you know where she went when you weren't on the phone with her? Do you know anything? Do you know what she was doing when there? Nothing at all. You don't know any speculation?
I have the same speculation that everybody has.
Okay.
As soon as I saw the name of who it was,
okay,
I have the same speculation.
That is Andrew, in his own words, saying, "As soon as I saw the name of the person who was shot, I had the same speculation that everybody else had, that the shooter was Devan." That is a statement from a corrections officer, on the record. He is saying he suspected her. He also, he claims, said nothing to police.
So, really, as we go through, the questions I really want to ask you right now, you told me you want an attorney present. So as we go through, I just want to show you kind of some of the things that have come up over the last couple of days as we go through. This is her car in Longmont. We know this is her car. Okay, this off the license plate reader. That's her car, pretty close to where Jason was killed. We've got.
Did you drop her off at work? You did that morning? Okay, so you dropped her off at the... Okay, I figured you said you didn't want to answer questions about where you went that day, so that's why I'm just asking if you dropped her off at work. Okay, so on the morning of the 13th, you dropped her off at the post office. Okay. Did she ever bring her car over to your house after that?
Her car was parked it was right up the road from my house. So
her car was... Okay. Her car is parked up the road from your house. You could take her to work. Okay. So did you have to pick her back up from work afterwards so she could get her car?
Yes.
Okay. I'm asking that just because obviously she would need to figure out a way to get back home after that. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Did you take her to work in your truck?
I took her to work I took her to work in my transit home.
In your what's that?
We get cars from work.
Okay. Do you know what kind of car it was or anything?
It's a Durango.
A Dodge Durango? Okay.
Oh, I saw it on the way in. Those they had like that
The way to go or
something logo on the side. One of those things. Okay. How do those work into the facility? Like, how do you get one of those?
You have to be part of the VAMPO program, and then
Right.
you loan them out to us, and we drive them, and then the bureau pays money to basically subsidize it.
Okay.
So you're when you were driving around, were you talking on the phone? Were you in your truck or were you in the Durango?
The Durango.
Okay.
And then my truck when I switched my truck later on in the day.
To get your kids and stuff?
Yeah. And
Okay.
also I switch it with another guy. He drives it then after that.
Okay. And then when you dropped her off, you said you dropped her off at the post office?
Yeah, post office.
Was that was in the Durango as well?
Right.
Okay. Okay. And then after work, you said her car was near your house.
She parked her car near my house because after work we were going to fool around in the house before my wife got home, and then she would leave in her car.
Okay. So did you picked her up from the post office too?
Correct.
Okay. In your truck?
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Who's the other person that gets the car that you're driving?
It's a coworker from work. His name's Walker.
It's what?
His name's Walker.
Walker?
Yeah.
Okay. Does he have it now?
Yeah, he's
Okay, he's in it now. Is he working?
yes.
Okay. Okay, so I didn't mean to
If
cut
he's
you
not
off.
working, he works.
Obviously.
Yeah, he works different shifts.
Okay, so it works out that it's one vehicle between you guys. Okay, and he has it now. Okay.
Do you have to sign those cars out when you use them? They're just assigned to a couple of you to use.
Correct.
Or is there like a roster somewhere that has that car assigned to you?
No, it's through the program.
Okay.
I'm the coordinator, so
Oh, okay.
it's just assigned to me all the time. And
So you get to assign vehicles?
yeah,
So you got the good one? Did you get a good one?
I like it.
You fit in it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's better than what I had before.
Sure. Okay.
Do you have other questions before I show him a few other things?
No, I'm good. We're going to show you a couple other things.
Okay.
You've already indicated that you don't want to talk to us about a couple of things here. All right, so I'm going to show you a few things and see if you want to talk about it at all, okay? I got this a little bigger here. Do you have any idea what that picture is right there?
Looks like a GPS.
So those are phone signals coming from your phone down in the Longmont area in the same neighborhood as the shooting with location information for the mailman who was shot that morning. Alright? So we know that you were in Longmont that morning, and I'm not asking that because of you. I'm just asking that to further verify whether or not you had any idea where Devan was at that time. You've already told me that you weren't with Devan at 12:15 like you had previously told us. Alright? So the reason I'm showing you this is because we can show that you weren't with Devan, and you can't obviously verify where she was.
Right. What else did you want to show me?
That is the moment. That is what the audience has been waiting for since Phase 4. The map. Andrew's phone. Longmont. Same neighborhood as the shooting. Same morning. Same route Jason was working. Chris just laid it face up on the table. Now watch Andrew do what suspects almost never do on camera. Watch him tell them everything.
That's off your phone. 2 days before this happened. Can you explain that? You're a smart guy. I think you know where we're going with this.
Yeah.
So if you want to give us answers, now's the time to give them to us. These investigations move fast. You know that. We get this data fast. You only get a couple opportunities to give us explanations for what's going on. We're trying to find the truth.
So her and I were talking, in the morning when I dropped her off at my house, and I didn't necessarily think too much of it. I thought that we were going to fool around after she got off, and because we had done that in the past. After she had gotten to work, or on her way to work, she had called me and told me that she had decided that that was what she thought needed to happen. And she had told me that she had thought about doing this before. Actually, 3 days prior to that, she told me that she was going to do this, and I talked her out of it. So, at that night, she was going to do it at his apartment in the middle of the night. I talked her out of it. I had to go over there and do it face to face. But she didn't do it that night. This morning, she told me that she was going to do it, and she told me that she had already had everything that she needed to make it happen, and I tried to talk her out of it. That she went to work and told me that there was no talking her out of it. So, after talking to her, and she's mentioned it in the past, and she has talked about his route because she knows the Longmont routes. So I went out there, I knew his route number, I found him, and I continued to stay on the phone with her to try to tell her, to try to talk her out of it. But I thought that she was going to go there a lot earlier than that. I thought that if I would see her, I could stop her. She kept talking to me and never showed up there. I guess she was casing at the time. So eventually she told me, you know what, don't worry about it. I'm not going to do it. It's fine. I'm going to go back to work. And she hung up the phone with me. At that point in time, I stopped over at his truck and I told him that he should watch out for her because I think she's planning on doing something. I don't think he remembered who I was because he said, what? He just looked at me and goes, what? And I was like, Devin, I said, she's unstable right now and I think that she's going to do something stupid. And he said, I'm not scared of that bitch. And I said, okay. And I left. And at that time, I drove home.
The video should now play that confession without commentary. Do not interrupt the run. Let the room breathe. This is the Sub-Phase 7 rule. Raw exchange, no narrator, sustained tension. If the commentary is going to come, it comes after the run, not during. Andrew has just described in his own words the following sequence. Devan told him 3 days earlier she was going to do this in the middle of the night. He talked her out of it. Devan told him, on the morning of the shooting, that today was the day. He tried to talk her out of it. He drove to Longmont. He knew Jason's route number. He found Jason's mail truck. He followed it. He stayed on the phone with Devan while he followed it. Devan told him she was not going to do it. He then walked up to Jason and warned him, and Jason called Devan an unrepeatable word. Andrew then drove home. Devan then, apparently, did it anyway. That is the confession. It is a confession to accessory. It is a confession to withholding a threat to human life. It is not, in Andrew's telling, a confession to being the shooter. But it is enough. It is more than enough.
Okay, so you talk to him, you tell him, you warn him. So you meet him on that route, you talk to him, and then you leave after that? Okay, you know about what time that was that you talked to him?
Like right before I moved, maybe?
And it was on his route? Okay. And then, so tell me how that goes from there. You leave.
I went back to town and I went to Hooters.
Went to Hooters.
And after hanging out with him for a bit, I went home. And then after I was home and she stopped by, I thought everything was good. She stopped by, didn't really talk about anything too much. She used the bathroom, she got some water, she left. And after she left was when I saw the articles coming on the newspaper. And then she called me right after that and told me something had happened to Jason. And I said, what do you mean? And then she was like, I don't know, my friend was telling me that something happened to Jason. And so she called her friend, because her friend had just texted her, She texted her like, I'm sorry or something like that. So she called her and talked to her, and she told her something happened to him. And then she called me, and then she said, she goes, I don't know what's going on, but I don't know what it is. And I said, well, should be a daycare. She goes, well, what if he went and got him? And I said, well, maybe he did. I said, you should try to find out. And so she called the friend back, I think. Somehow, long story short, she said that she was pretty sure that he was at school, I think. Yeah. So she called school, and then somehow she figured he wasn't at school. So I told her, I said, call Longmont PD, because the article, pretty sure is him when your friend's saying that something happened to him. And so she called Longmont PD, and then she said that they wanted her to come in. I said, you should go in.
So she never said anything to you about being in Longmont, talking in Longmont. You never saw her in Longmont. Okay. So you know, based on what we're showing you, with a lot of data.
Yeah, I know it looks better.
Can I ask you real quick? So, where'd the gun come from? The only information that we have that when she ever did any shooting was with you.
We went shooting once, and we shot a 22.
Where at?
At Liberty.
Liberty. So you never gave her a gun. Okay. You never gave her ammunition, never gave her a gun, never shot anything other than a 22 with her. Okay. When she was at your house, she didn't leave anything.
Not that I know, she just went to the bathroom, and then I gave her the water bottle and she left.
Okay. Nothing else.
Nothing else.
No conversation about Jason, no conversation about you guys doing anything.
She never mentioned it. And then when she called me afterwards and started talking about, I just seen the article, and then I talked to her after that, and I didn't ask her.
The gun question comes up, and Andrew's answer is, I don't know where the gun came from. He owns firearms. He is a corrections officer. Devan told Inspector Ken that he has a few. She doesn't know where he keeps them. And Andrew says he doesn't know where the gun that killed Jason Schafer came from. That is a claim the ATF will spend the next month's testing.
Okay. So it's really important. And understand that there's 70 postal inspectors in Longmont with the 12 or 14 detectives that they have. And we're talking to everybody. We've got Ring doorbell cameras. We've got cameras from banks. We've got cameras from traffic lights. We've got all this stuff going on. We've got your phone, her phone, Jason's phone, other text messages. It's really important at this point that you tell us the truth, everything that's happened.
I just did. That's the truth.
So explain this picture to me. Explain this picture right here in the middle. What's the conversation around that?
So that was the 3 days prior when she told me that she was going to go over there in the middle of the night. And I told her not to. Originally, her plan was she was going to take out Jason, Rosa, and her son. And I begged her not to. I obviously believed on the don't take out yourself thing because I can't live without you. And I can't live without you. But I was successful in not getting her to do it that night.
Devan's 3 days prior plan, according to Andrew: kill Jason, kill Rosa, kill herself. A murder-suicide. Andrew talked her out of it. He says, at 11 p.m. on Sunday night, he did not call the police. He did not call Jason. He did not call anyone. He filed it, apparently, under manageable, under something he could keep talking her down from.
I don't know, part of me felt like she would do it eventually, but part of me thought that maybe she wouldn't.
Did you ever think about calling the police? Saying, hey, this is what's going on?
She's been in this custody battle with him for 5 years, and it's not the first time. Like, she's mentioned it multiple times over 5 years, but she's never done it. So, I mean, obviously it's a serious thing. It was also just kind of banter. Like, anytime she was mad at him, it was he needs to go. Like, I need to do that. Usually I'd play it off, or sometimes I'd play along a little bit and be like, yeah, he is a fucking asshole. But never thought that she'd actually do it.
Even with all the text messages and you have to go over there, you never thought she'd do it.
She's also told she's going to kill herself a million times. She won't put that up.
Okay. And then you never contacted. Did you talk to your buddies about it and Hooters, or none of those guys know?
No, they didn't even know I was having an affair.
Okay. Do they know your wife? And so it was one of those things you're going to talk about.
Andrew has just told the Postal Inspector and the Longmont PD detective that his girlfriend of 13 years had been telling him for 5 years that she needed to kill her ex, and that he did nothing about any of it. Not one call, not one text, not one buddy notified, not one warning to Jason. His answer for why? It felt like banter. He also, in the same breath, said, "Part of me felt like she would do it eventually." Those two sentences cannot both be true, and they are sitting on the same page of the transcript.
Okay. And just kind of going back a little bit, you're following the carrier around and to warn him?
No, I'm following him around because I thought if I saw her, I would stop.
Stop her. Okay. Okay. How come in the rideshare vehicle as opposed to your truck?
That's just what I had at the time. Okay. Sometimes when I use the rideshare vehicle, I just leave my truck at my buddy's house. So that way, if I take one over there, then I drive the other one back.
The rideshare Durango. Andrew followed Jason's mail truck for over 2 hours, on the morning of a homicide, in a car that was not registered to him. Whether that choice was deliberate is not something the inspectors state on camera, but they note it, and every viewer notes it.
All right. I just want to kind of go through that. I mean, one of the big questions I want to ask, and then, at some point I'll shut up, I'm sorry, but
it's fine,
is,
I've accepted over the last few days that I guess in the first night I was still kind of in shock.
That's kind of why you told me what you told me. Did you think about calling me the next day or the day after?
Yeah, I was advised not to. I'm attorney.
By your wife or?
No, I've retained an actual attorney.
Okay.
Like an actual criminal attorney. She's an attorney, but
Right. No, I got you. We talked about that Wednesday night. So I just, it's important. This is kind of your opportunity to talk to us. And so if there's anything else you want to go, do you have any other questions?
Why don't we have your phone? We got your phone records. We have her phone records. If this has happened multiple times where she's said that she's going to do this or she needs to do this, why don't we see any texts of you telling her not to do this if you've begged and pleaded for her not to so many times?
Usually when I talk to her, I don't, I guess I don't text all the time. I talk. It's just what I do.
There's no documentation of you actually trying to calm her down from going to kill him, even though this has happened multiple times.
She never told me on text that she was going to do it either. Just be through talking.
I'm just trying to find stuff that's going to help you at this point, because you gotta understand, you're telling me that, but I don't have evidence of that. Does that make sense?
Right.
It seems to me we have evidence of all this other stuff, but the stuff that we're missing is that stuff that would help to corroborate what you're telling me with that.
Right, yeah.
The inspector's point is precise. We have Andrew's phone in Longmont. We have Devan's car at the scene. We have the phone records showing Devan and Andrew on the line together for hours. What we do not have, and what Andrew's story requires, is a single text or voicemail from Andrew, in 5 years, telling Devan not to kill Jason. Not one. That absence is now the shape of the case against him.
Do you have Snapchat? Just bring your own shovel, me.
What's what?
Bring your own shovel, me. Okay. Okay. Did you delete any phone calls or texts off your phone?
I deleted everything because my wife knew I was talking to her. My wife was not okay with her.
Okay. So that part was true. That your wife doesn't like her.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, I can see why.
Yeah, my wife has hated her for 13 years.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. We need to step out and talk for a second. You gonna be all right in here for just a minute or two? It won't take long.
I have a choice.
You absolutely have a choice.
I'm fine. I'll wait.
Okay. I mean, make no mistake. I mean, you have a choice. We just need to talk real quick.
Andrew has just admitted he deleted everything from his phone. Every message, every call, every trace of the morning of and the days prior. He deleted it, he says, so his wife would not find out. He deleted it after he knew Jason was dead. That is destruction of evidence, and Andrew, a federal corrections officer, does not need this explained to him.
I don't know how much stuff you have on. I mean,
That's all the stuff I still have with me.
you still have what?
That's all the stuff I have with me that belongs to here.
Okay. So, as you were just told out there with the body cams going, and you're being detained officially now, so keep that in mind, even with Miranda and all that. So if you want to take off your shirt in here, you can. We don't have any weapons or anything like that, right? I mean, I know you're working in here, so.
Yeah, we can't have weapons inside.
Right. And we can leave it here. And I told you I'd do this. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It is what it is. So.
Can you put my stuff in my truck for me?
I don't think your truck's gonna be here.
Oh. Well, can you put my stuff in my truck and they can take my truck so they take it all at once?
What? I don't know if it's still here.
Oh, okay.
So we have a search warrant for the truck. It may be towed already. I don't know. Do you have the keys?
The body cameras are on. This is not a chit-chat anymore. This is Andrew Ritchie, being detained by federal authorities, at the workplace where he supervises inmates, in the presence of co-workers he has known for years. He asks if his stuff can be put in his truck. He is thinking about the walk of shame.
Sorry for the wait.
It's fine.
Are you good if I ask you a couple more questions?
Yeah.
So you said this has happened a couple of different times. Walk me through Devan's planning for these incidents. What was her plan?
She never had planning. It was just, she would get upset spur of the moment. It was never planned out.
Okay, so how many times did this happen where she said, hey, this is it, I'm gonna go kill him, and you had to talk to her and say, no, don't do it, don't
The
go
only
kill
time
him?
that she specifically said that this was it in my view was 3 days prior to this incident.
You told me this happened more than once, where she had told you that she wanted to
She was
kill him and
saying
you had to talk her
she
down.
was saying that I needed to get rid of him or whatever, but like I said, that was just banter. That wasn't for real. I have everything I need. I'm gonna go do it.
Yeah.
It was just he pisses me off, or he did this, or we had this run in today, or something happened that she would just be I'm so pissed off, and then she'd make whatever comments she made about it. It wasn't always killing him. Sometimes it was hurting him. Sometimes it was running away, just disappearing. It was a whole bunch of different things.
But not something that you had to talk her down for until this incident.
Until 3 days prior, she said she was just going to go over there in the middle of the night, and everybody was going to go.
Okay.
And that's the one I talked her down from. That was the first time that, that's when I realized that's when she showed me that she had stuff, or that she had her outfit.
Devan showed Andrew her outfit. 3 days before Jason's death, according to Andrew, Devan showed him the clothes she planned to wear for a murder-suicide. That is the sentence he just used. He said her outfit, and Andrew, in the same breath, is calling it banter that occasionally escalated. He is standing on both sides of that sentence and hoping the detectives do not notice.
You're a correctional officer.
Correct.
I imagine you got a lot of buddies in law enforcement.
Correct.
Okay.
A lot of them work out. I was just telling them.
So, you know that she wants to kill this guy. So much so to the extent that you go down to where his mail route is to keep an eye on him just in case she shows up so that you can confront her. She tells you over the phone that she's done, it's passed, I'm not going to do it, which you found odd, but you still hung up the phone, just told him, hey, look out, and took off.
So when I took her that morning, when I took her to the post office, that's when she told me that that was going to be the day.
Yeah.
And she was never like so specific like that. And she said, I already have everything I need. And I said, what are you talking about? And she's like, I have everything I need. I can do it today. She never told me what she had. She never told me what she needed. She didn't tell me any of that stuff. She was like, the way that she was saying it,
Yeah.
it was obvious that it has escalated to being an actual serious problem. And 3 days prior to that is when she sent me the picture.
Okay. But you didn't feel like it was serious enough to notify the police, say, hey, she's going to kill this guy. Why didn't you tell anyone?
Hindsight's 2020, but I thought I could talk her down again. I talked her down prior to this.
Okay.
I thought I could stop her. If I saw her, I just needed to see her. Like, if we were face to face, she would have. She's depressed. She's had a lot of depression issues. She sees a therapist about it. Mm-hmm. I think she's slightly bipolar and has those, like, not personality issues, but like, she definitely is bipolar. She'll flip on me.
Yeah.
But whenever we're face to face, she calms down.
I'm on with her almost the whole time. How are you not apart?
Every day. You can look at my records every day. I'm on the phone with her every day, all day.
Yeah, but this day you were specifically talking to her about her going down there and killing someone.
No, I was not.
You just said you were trying to talk her down from doing that, so you weren't talking to her
I
about
wasn't
that?
talking about her going and killing somebody. I was talking to her about not making a decision.
So you made a random trip down to Longmont that had nothing to do with the mailman. So you didn't think that she was on her way down there to kill somebody.
What I thought.
Why did you go down there to follow him around if you didn't think that's what she was going to do?
Because I wanted to stop her if she came out there.
So you did think she was on her way to go down there to kill him?
I didn't discuss with her about going and killing somebody. I'm trying to talk.
But you said she talked about that before. You said that you had to talk her down from that on more than one occasion. That was the first thing you told me. You said you had to talk her down from that on more than one occasion, and each time you were successful. And then this last time when I asked you about it, you said this is the only time that it got this far that you had to talk her down. Because the other times now are just banter. So the other times didn't happen, but this is the only time that you've had to try to talk her down.
I told you 3 days prior I had to.
Correct, that one. Okay, I'll give you that one. Yes, you said that one 3 days prior. You had to talk her down from that one. And we said you were there multiple times when you've had to talk her down. And so now it's just the 3 days prior, and then the day that she finally does this. So only 2 times now.
Correct. The other times I told you I didn't talk her down. We were just talking. Like, that was never serious. She never came at me in the way that she came at me that day, where she was like, I already have everything I need. Like, that was never something that she said.
What does she mean by that? What stuff did she have?
I don't know. She didn't tell me. All she said was that
she's talked to you about this before. You've had to talk her down. So what was her plan?
I don't know. Well, I assume her plan was whatever ended up happening. I don't know. She didn't tell me her plan. She knew that I wasn't going to be okay with it. That's not who I am.
And yet you had to go down there and find him and warn him in person because you didn't know what she was going to do.
I didn't originally intend on warning him.
You were just going to follow him for 3 hours like a stalker?
That's how it looks. That wasn't the intention, but yeah.
Because you didn't know that she was going to go do that.
Show up.
So either you did take her seriously or you didn't take her seriously. It's one or the other.
I already told you I took her seriously enough that I stayed on the phone with her and tried to convince her that these are not good options. These are not good ideas and solutions to her problem.
Okay. Do you understand where I'm getting the conflicting ideas here?
And I told him the same thing. I understand. I work in a career where I do investigating stuff that goes on here, and I get what you're seeing, and I get why you're thinking what you think. I totally understand. That's why I pretty much already understand where everything's going to go. I know that I didn't do that on purpose, and I know that the evidence doesn't necessarily say otherwise. But I also know that I've never been complicit with it, and I've never told her that I want her to do it, and I've never been okay with it. So, you know, I like I said, I know the stuff that's.
You just helped her cover it up afterwards by not telling anybody and by lying about it.
I
Think about what you say here,
I did.
because I already know the answers you gave that man the other day.
Correct. I did lie to him about the stuff so that I could try to cover up my marriage or my affair to save my marriage.
And in doing so, you covered up
But
Devan.
my intention was not to try to alter or cover up.
But that's what you did. That's exactly what your lies did. Do you understand that?
I understand what you're saying. That's my answer.
Do you have any more questions?
I don't.
That is the collapse. Andrew has just admitted, on camera, to a federal postal inspector and a Longmont PD detective the following. He knew Devan was going to kill Jason that morning. He drove to Longmont to try to stop her. He warned Jason. He then went home. He then, when the shooting was on the news, lied about all of it to protect his marriage. He then deleted every message on his phone. The detective's summary, that's exactly what your lies did, is the closest thing this footage will get to a verdict. Andrew's answer is, that's my answer.
Okay. All right, you're under arrest. Go ahead and stand up. Place your hands behind your back.
Is it possible to do that out in the parking lot?
No, stand up for me. We'll figure out what we need to as far as your. Do you have a uniform shirt on underneath this? You took it off already. Okay. Now go ahead and face this gentleman right here for me. Two handcuffs.
Yeah.
Yep. What all do you have on you right now?
Just my wallet.
I'll have my officer outside the lock just when we get out there, alright? Listen, I have a key here. Actually, hold on. I might be able to do it here. You got one? So we're taking your truck, just so you know. Your bag.
Andrew Ritchie asked if the cuffs could be applied outside, in the parking lot. He wanted to be arrested where his co-workers would not see it happen. The answer was no. He was arrested at his desk. He was walked, in handcuffs and in uniform, out through the doors of the federal correctional facility, where he had spent 6 years as an officer. And in a jail 3 counties over, Devan Schriener, who had been arrested at the Longmont PD 3 days earlier, was already in a cell. The father of her 5-year-old son was in a morgue. Her sister, Rosa, was giving her own statement to detectives. Her son was with social services. Her house was being searched. Her car had been impounded. 2 arrests, 1 dead man, 1 son, 1 birthday party. Next week, Devan Schriener was convicted of first-degree murder. She was sentenced to life in prison. Andrew Ritchie was convicted by a jury. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Jason Schafer was 33 years old. He is buried in Colorado. His son, who was 5 on the day his father was killed, turned 6 the following week. There was, for a while at least, a birthday party planned. There was, at the time of the killing, a court motion in Boulder County asking a judge for more time with him. The judge never got to rule on it. Everything you have just watched happened because a mailman parked his van on a curb one afternoon in September and stepped out to make a delivery. If this kind of analysis is what you're looking for, subscribing means you'll see the next one.